I'm I'm kicking around, man. How am I? Fuck, I don't know, man. I really don't. How am I? I don't know. I wake up every morning, so I think I'm lucky. That's about it, really. I'm surviving, man. I'm surviving. You know, one day at a time kind of thing. Managing it. Um, that's about as best as I can do, I'm afraid. And I think I'm doing pretty good. I have a pretty peaceful life, man. I'm just on my own. Wake up when I want, mate. Go to bed when I want. I don't have to listen to anybody tell me what yelling at you or whatever. Or you ignoring me, abuse. That ignore game. I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm alright, man. I have a bit of a peaceful life. I don't, yeah. That's alright, man. I'm just, getting over it. Getting used to it. I've kind of been told what to expect. And that means that everything that I went through, all the courses that I did, all the reports that I did, all the last 3.5 years have been an absolute waste of time. An absolute waste of time, you know. Proving to everybody how much you want to be a father. That's all lies. That's all just bullshit. It will come down to one report only, and that person has the power, whether you see your children or not, ever. That one person, that one lady has all the power in her hand. And if she decides that you never see your daughter again, then that's what happens, man. You know, your ex will walk out with a report saying that you should never see your daughter again. And that's exactly what happens. It gets filed into the court. The court is a lot easier for the court in your case because you've been fighting so long. It's a lot easier now than just to agree with the report rather than to put any effort into finding out why or what happened or to ask any questions. They just rely on that one thing, mate. And then that's it. So that means that everything that you went through was for nothing. Was for absolutely nothing, mate. All of your effort, all of your expenses in the courses and all of that, they're just little boxes they put in front of you. They're like little hurdles for you to get over and something for you to occupy your mind. And that's all they are there for. They do not care about them, mate. And the minute that you don't get them done, of course, it gives them something to complain about and to, you know, verify that you should never see your daughter again or you didn't do the courses. That's how it works. So they basically force you to do a whole bunch of courses for you to pass. And then it comes down to one report and that lady writes something out and then that's the end of everything, mate. The end of everything. Okay, it means that everything that you went through means absolutely nothing. You may as well just go to straight to family report. You know, skip everything else, go straight to family report, and it'll save you 3 years of your life, 2.5 years of your life. It'll save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money with your courses and all the reports that you have to do and all of that. They don't mean anything. You could have everything A+. Everything A+. You're a great person, rah rah. You should see your dad, you should see your child, rah rah. And then it comes to the family report, and then that person gets told a whole bunch of lies. You know, you've got this, you did this, you did that. And then that's all it takes. That's it. Just one fucking report. And 3 years of your life means nothing. Means absolutely nothing, man. It's like, I swear to God, it's like at the end of it, I feel like I'm the one going through it, right? And I feel, man, that all of that was just boxes to tick, just to keep you occupied, and of course to cost you resources, because each one of those courses were $400, mate. They weren't cheap and they weren't free, and I had to pay for all of those when I was working and stuff, remember? And really, at the end of the day, they don't mean anything, man. They don't mean a goddamn thing, mate. Because at the end of the day, a person just writes down, he should never see his daughter again. And then that's it. Fuck. I'm blown away. I really am blown away. I'm blown away how easily it is turned. How easy it is. Because that's all. So that means, the last 3.5 years, man, have basically been a waste of fucking time. They really have. All of the stuff that you've done, completely meaningless. Completely meaningless. I've got a family report that says that you should never see your daughter again. That's what it says. You should never see Echo again. I don't know, if you've been watching me for a long time, man, you know that's not good. That's not fair. I've got nothing to do with that other person, mate, for 8 years. 8 years, mate. 8 years, okay? All I want to see is my daughter. And of course, my daughter's, she tells these people, man, that I slapped my daughter. I slapped her and made her cry and made her scared of me, and just a whole bunch of new shit. A whole bunch of new stories. Stuff that's never even been mentioned in 3.5 years. And you lie. You lie your ass off. I've never seen one person lie much. Fucking hell. No wonder I was so fucking worried when I was with you, because look what you're like when I'm not with you. You fucking liar. You just lie. You lie your teeth off. You lie whatever gets you what you want. You'll lie in order to get what you want. And then you'll pat yourself on the back telling you how righteous you are, how justified you are. But you had to lie. You had to blatantly lie in order to keep me away from my daughter. My daughter's asked, what's a bad memory of your dad? He took a dress from me. I didn't have a dress, and I don't know. I don't remember anything about it. You're talking about a 5-year-old little child. And that's the reason you don't like your dad? Because of a dress. There's no mentioning in there of my daughter saying that I spanked her or I hit her or anything like that. They're just accusations from you. But when they ask, there's no answer like that. And it's just frightening that your whole thing can come down to that, gentlemen. It can come down to that one meeting with that person who has been told a whole bunch of lies about you, who doesn't ask any questions to you, just accuses you, tells you this is what you've done, and you're like, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I really didn't do that, okay? Yes, you did. You've done it. You need to admit what you've done to me, or what you did. You're a danger to your child. I'm not a danger to anybody. Yes, you are. If you've got a picture on your phone, I'm calling the police. Here you go. Here's my phone. Call the police. But none of that matters. None of that matters. None of it. None of it matters. My lawyer said what happened to you doesn't matter. It only matters what's on the piece of paper. Okay? That's it. You lose. You lose, man. They're getting me geared up to be told that I'll never see my daughter again and that I should have no contact with my daughter. That's what they're getting me ready for. They're getting me ready for that. You know, this is what will happen to you in, you know, when we go there. It makes you feel sick. It makes you feel ill inside, mate. It makes you feel totally fucking ill. That it's based on your fucking lies and your deception. You know, your blatant lie to the lady. You lied to her. You know, you told her I had a DV and I had a DV accusations and a DV order and DV charges and I had a current AVO and I'm a huge danger to you and her and I come around to the house and I go around to your workplace and I go to the school and I'm annoying everybody. And like, you came up with an entire Christmas story, you know. And this person, before I even walked in the door, I was a hung man. Before I even walked in the door, the woman should be disgraceful of herself. She should be disgraced, mate, because she's supposed to be the professional. You know what I mean? You should hang your head down low because you believed absolute fantasy stories with no proof whatsoever, no paperwork, no nothing, just stories. And you convicted a man on stories without any proof. You convicted him. You know, you convicted me in the way that I'll, you know, by telling me that I'll never see my daughter again, by writing it down on the paper. You convicted me. You fucking sentenced me to death with no proof, no paperwork, no actual facts. And then when you were asked about facts, you got all nasty about it. You got all nasty, you know, I'm going to call the police, I'll have you arrested. You go right ahead, love. You go right ahead and call them. You know, get them on the phone. You know. I'm sickened by it. I am truly sickened by it, mate. Because I've done the right thing. I've done everything legal. I've done everything proper. You know, I went through the system. I did everything they asked me to do. And at the end of the day, it comes down to some fake-ass fucking stories and your accusations, which are baseless and have no merit, no credibility, no order, no... And that's what you lose on. You lose on that. That's what you lose on. You don't lose on facts, mate. So they're gearing me up, basically. You know, letting me know, you know, that this is what will happen. And you'll be lucky to ever see your daughter ever again or speak to your daughter ever again. The most that I can hope for is to just put a clause in it, you know, if your daughter ever does want to see you, that, you know, the mother allow her to see you. She said that's the only clause that I can put in the order. She said, that's basically it. Because of that. That's a lot of power, eh? That's a lot of power that one woman has over your life. You'd think that she would make more of a duty in finding out details. You know, it's so important, right? You'd think you'd find out, you know, real things, you know. Okay, you know, I accuse you, you've got a DV order, and you've got DV charges, and you've got a DV investigation. Okay, have you got the paperwork? Where is the order? Oh, I haven't got the order, it's at home. Have you got it on your phone? No, I haven't got it on my phone either. But he's got a DV order. He's a really seriously going to hurt somebody, rah. They don't ask for, you know, they don't ask for nothing. They just believe. They just automatically believe. And when you're standing there going, I don't have that, miss. Okay, I don't have that. I've never had that. I haven't done anything illegal. I've done everything by the book in order to see my daughter. You know, I've done everything proper. They go, no, you didn't. You're lying. I get called liar. I get called a liar, mate, at the meeting. You know, I'm lying. This fucking bitch is standing there accusing me of shit that doesn't fucking happen, and I'm the one that's lying because I dared to fucking speak up. I dared to say, no, you're wrong. You've got no fucking proof of nothing. And stop accusing me of fucking bullshit. That's what I said to the lady. Stop accusing me of fucking lies. Okay? You've got no proof, no paperwork, because it's not real. It didn't happen. Okay? Yes, it did. You're lying to me. You've got to take responsibility for your actions. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's great when a woman tells a man to be responsible for their actions. But a woman is not responsible for her actions. She's not responsible for her words. I am. She's not responsible for what she accuses me of. I am. I'm the one that's responsible. So it's really good to tell somebody, to be responsible while you're standing there accusing them of something that they didn't do. And these are the professionals. These are people with pronouns, mate, that earn thousands of dollars a fucking, a day. They charge $190, $200, $250 an hour, okay, for the meeting, And I spent 50 minutes just defending myself. Just defending myself alone. That's it. Nothing more than that. Sitting there trying to say to this woman, I don't have any of that. I don't have those. I never did anything like that. I would never hurt my daughter. I've never struck my daughter. I've never hit my daughter. That's absolutely preposterous. And I love it how I'm being accused by this person, but they're the other side's the one that's in charge of chastising. Okay, I'm not the one that hits the child. She is. I'm not the one that locks the child into a fucking room and holds the door closed. She is. I'm the one the child comes to when she's in trouble. When she's in trouble, she needs to get out of the house. She goes running to dad. I'm that guy. I'm not the guy that has ever struck any... You're talking about a 5-year-old. I explained to my lawyer, she's 5 years old, a little girl. A tiny little girl. Okay? It's fucked, man. Spend 4 years fighting for her. Fighting, Spend every single dime you've got. Spend everything you can to get into court to see her and be a part of her life. And at the end of the day, it takes one lady with her fee-fees out of place, and you're gone, mate. You'll never see your daughter again. The lady actually told me during the meeting. I told my lawyer that. She told me during the meeting, what if I recommend that you never see your daughter again? And I said, why would you recommend that, a child never see their father? Like, that person would have to be the worst person in the world, okay? Because in my eyes, that is just fucking beyond. How much power do you have in your fucking hands, you horrible woman? How much power do you have to look at a man sitting there with what you've been told that you haven't told him? You're just going to accuse the shit out of him. And then you want to tell him, what would you say if you never see your daughter again? That's the kind of person that I was being interviewed by. That's what they'll say to a man. They had all these wonderful questions from her and from Bubba. They had all of these questions, all nice. She got asked plenty of questions. I told the lawyer that. Look how many questions that this person asked her. Where are my questions? The person never asked me any questions. That's what I said to my lawyer. All I did is sit there being accused and trying to deny and asking for proof of what I was being accused of. I spent my entire time doing that. So there are no questions of me and my daughter together or how our relationship was or how... There are no questions like that. It is purely, you've got this, you did this, you did this, you did that. And I didn't realise how much fucking power that this one person holds in her hand, man. Because apparently now, because it's written in a report, I'm being told, that's it. You've lost your case. You've lost your case. The Queen is going to be very happy with herself. Oh, very proud of yourself, eh? Be little bit of a tap on the shoulder for you. You've got a piece of paper there that says that I should never see my daughter again. But you had to lie. Look what you had to do to get it. Look at the amount of bullshit and story and lies that you had to tell her in order to get your piece of paper you've got. I didn't have to lie. I didn't tell any lies because a man can't lie. The minute they catch you out with anything, mate, that's it. And that's what this is all about. That's what I think this whole journey that they put the men on is about. They want you to fuck up. They want you to give up. They don't want you to do the courses. They don't want you to do the psychological reports. They don't want you to do any of that, gentlemen. They want you to give up. They want you to look at the list of things that they give you when you get out of court, out of family court. They give you a whole list of fucking shit. Remember that list of stuff? And they want you to give up. That's what they want you to do. That's why they put you through so many hurdles, mate, is they want you to give up. And if you don't give up, then all they've got to do is get to the family report and bang, you'll get... I'm wondering how many men out there lasted right up until the family report. Right up until the family report was done. You know, you had a good cut, you know, you had a good thing on your side, you know. You had a chance. But now it's completely gone from, you know, her not obeying anything at all, no court order at all, completely disobey everything. Now they've got a piece of paper that says that you should never see your daughter again. You know, that's fucked, man. That's a fucked up world. That really is. So that's what they're gearing me up for, boys. They're getting me ready for it. I've spoken to lawyers and stuff like that, and of course the court system will take the easy path out of it, and the easy path is just to look at the report and go, yep, that's perfect. You know, that sounds about right. He's a terrible, terrible person, and they sign off on it. That's the easy path. The hard path is somebody asking a question. You know, what happened? How did this report come about this way? How did it get like this? You know, but they won't. They'll just follow the family report because it gets you out of the system. It gets you out of the system, mate. They don't like people that don't give up. I was supposed to give up ages ago. You know, give up during the men's behaviour course. Most men give up during the men's behaviour course. So I was supposed to give up back then. But that's what all the hurdles are for. The hurdles are for you to give up. For you to just have, you know, just had enough. And how many times did I almost give up? How many times, boys, you know? You know, how many fucking times? I was doing courses, 2 courses a week, plus my job, because these courts were telling me, you know, I know you love your daughter. This was their words. I know you love your daughter, but I need you to prove to the court how much you love your daughter. That's what you're told. And that's your little incentive, okay? And then they send you away to go and do all the order, okay? Because the order is money. The order is resources. It's you paying for all the courses, you paying for the doctors, you paying for the psychological reports. It's resources. It's you coming back into the court and rebooking the court again. You have to repay it. Okay, you've got to repay for all of that. You've got to pay for your paperwork. So it's a way of them just getting every single bit of resources that they can from you. Everything. And then, like me, you end up broke. And then you end up back in court and you get one of these reports and they just sign off on it, mate. They just sign off on it. And your ex will walk away with a big smile on her face. She hasn't had to do a single thing in the paperwork at all in 4 years. Has not done a single thing in 4 years. Has disobeyed the court order the entire time. Okay? But it's only men that are responsible for your words and actions. A woman is not responsible. It's your fault. Okay? Whatever it is, it's going to be your fault. You know, it's your fault she couldn't do it. It's your fault that she felt this way. It's your fault. Okay? So that's why they come back into court and they don't answer questions. They just throw accusations. That's all they do. The whole fucking thing that I read was nothing more than accusations and stories. Stories, just invented stories. You know, he took her dress off her and made her upset. That was one of them. Like, what has that got to do with being a father? You know? But they're trying to paint you out as an abuser. You know, like you're you hit her and you smacked her and you were nasty to her. She doesn't want to know you. She doesn't want to see you. She doesn't want to talk to you. Does that sound anything like the echo that I know? It just doesn't. So I don't know. That's what I've been geared up for. I've been told that I've got no. It's so upsetting, viewer. It's so upsetting. You've got no idea how fucking down I feel and how bad I feel. Because I've done everything proper and legal and justly. Been in the courts and I've done all of their things they asked me to do. And at the end of the day, it just takes one lady that meets you for 45 minutes to tell you how much of a cunt you are, and doesn't. There is no questions about you and your daughter. There will not be any questions. It'll just be accusations, and that's all I dealt with on that day. I never dealt with anything to do with my relationship with my daughter. As soon as I got in there, the lady told me, you've got a DV order, DV accusations, DV charges, and you've got a current AVO. Within the first 3 minutes. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't have any of that. So now I'm being called a liar. I'm being called, you're trying to pull one over on me. Like all kinds of, this person was just very masculine and very accusationary. Just accuse. And I don't have any of that. I mean, I understand if I had that. I understand that. I understand if I've got an order and I've done whatever, and I understand that, but I don't have that. I don't have that. So standing there telling me that I've done this and I've done that and you've got this and you've got that, how long do you think that I'm going to go through that, mate, after 3.5 years of non-stop accusations? I've always been on the back foot, man. This entire procedure of family law court, I've always been on the back foot, always answering to accusations, okay? And in case you haven't noticed, we don't have any charges, viewer. We haven't done anything illegal. We've got no charges, no orders, no nothing, okay? And apparently I'm still a bad dad. I'm still the most terrible dad in the world that should never see their daughter again. Imagine writing that down on a piece of paper. You should never see your daughter again. Like I've read it over and over and over, and I'm stunned at this fucking person who's supposed to be a professional viewer. Years of education and, gets paid the big money. She never asked me a single question about me and my daughter. Nothing at all, I promise you. Nothing. Just sat there accusing me of stuff that I don't have and that I don't know anything about, and I'm supposed to just agree to and stand under. And this person thinks that I'm going to agree to it. And I'm not agreeing to it, man. I'm not standing under fake, false accusations. I've had enough of that. I've had 3.5 years of that. I did not wait 5 months to come and see this person for this meeting, to sit here and be non-stop verbally abused and accused and told I'm a liar and that you need to, I'm telling the truth. Just terrible, terrible behaviour from a professional. And turns up and says to me, if you've got a picture of your daughter on the phone, I'm going to call the police. So I pulled my phone out, viewer, showed the pictures on my phone, and I said to this professional with pronoun, phone the cops. Phone them. I want her to phone them. I told my lawyer that. I want her to phone the cops. Because you know why? I don't have any orders. So when they get here and they want to falsely accuse me of that, and the copper can't arrest me because I don't have an order, but I'm going to get a police report. I'll demand a police report. While you were called out here, I want a police report. You see. That's why I demanded you call the cops, so I could get a police report. But how dare you, miss, being the high professional that you are, that you actually would do that to a father that you are accusing of stuff that you have no proof of anything. No proof of nothing. But you in your mind, your professional mind, have already said you are guilty. You are guilty. Okay? You are guilty. You have done this, and you've done this, and you've done that, and you smacked your daughter, and you treated her this way. And I said, I never laid a hand on her. You're talking about a 5-year-old little child. You're talking about a 5-year-old little child. Okay? That is just disgusting to me. So I'm not going to stand under it. I refuse to accept her words, refuse to agree. So now that I've got a report, and I'm being told that's it. I'm being told that's it. That one person, she holds your entire case in her hands. She holds your entire case in her hands. If she says that you're never to see your daughter again, apparently you are never to see your daughter again. She holds everything in her hand. So apparently it's the end of my case. It's the end of my case. When it goes to court, the judge will agree with it. She'll just look at the report and go, yep, that sounds, yep, okay then. And award full custody, full travel things. They can leave the country whenever they want. They can go and do it, and I'm not to have any contact at all. No contact at all. You just shake your head. Like, I've done everything legit. Everything proper. I've done everything. I've devoted 4 years, man, to being a part of my daughter's life. And this person has taken that from me in a 45-minute meeting and asked me no more than maybe half a dozen questions. And the rest of the time, she just accused me of all of this stuff. And I didn't do any of that. I don't agree with it. And then I asked for proof. You're going to sit here accusing me. So I demand proof. If you've got no proof, then why are you talking like this? Okay? Convicted, mate, hung, drawn and quartered before I've even walked in the door. And I had no idea until yesterday how serious it was. I had no chance, boys. None. None at all, It's what they call like the hatchet job. A completely biased hatchet job. Just cut you to pieces, man, tear you apart and send it on in a report. And I can never forgive it, mate. Can never forgive reading this person's words that you should never see your daughter again. How dare she? How dare she, man, have that much power in your life? How dare she? How dare she just convict you and sentence you to fucking death, mate? And hasn't even said a single word to you other than accuse you of fucking shit that she has no evidence of. No evidence whatsoever. Only shit that she's got is the stories that your ex-wife has given her. And she's fucking lied. She's lied. Lied her ass off. But this professional doesn't put 2 seconds of effort into it. Nothing at all. You were convicted. Don't you understand that? You are hung, squared and drawn, mate, before you've walked in the door. You're gone. You're gone, mate. I got no chance, mate, of seeing my daughter. And they want me to be quiet. They want me to be hush-hush. They're trying to take my channel down. They want my channel banned. I'm not allowed to talk to anybody, not allowed to... They want new orders placed on me to have control in my life, even though this person I haven't been with for 8 years and is fucking off overseas every chance that she gets, but apparently she still wants control in my life. I've still got to make sure that you don't talk about me, okay? I've got to make sure that nobody else finds out about it. Mate, the only one that done any hitting, mate, it wasn't me. I am not trained in karate. I do not know karate. I do not know how to... I mean, I got kicked so many times and elbowed so many times. I related sex to getting kicked. That's what I related it to, because every time she, she would physically kick you out of the bed, like elbow you, kick you, would just really kick me. So I related that to getting kicked. That's why I knocked it back so much. I just knocked it back, mate, because I knew that I was gonna get kiboshed, mate. After I knocked it back. Um, but fuck, dude, yeah, they accused me of doing all of these things, mate. Apparently, I did this and I did that, I did this. I said to my lawyer, what's that, 8 years ago? I said, she's talking about things that are years and years and years old. And they've got nothing to do with me being a father. But it paints you as the really bad guy. It paints you as the aggressor and the abuser and just all round bad guy. You're only good for the mortgage payment, council rates, bills. That's what you're good for. Okay, you're not good for anything else. You're just an abuser. Okay, you're an abuser until it's time to pay a bill. Until it's time to pay a bill, then I can be your friend for 10 minutes. Okay, I can talk to you for 10 minutes. I can let you know what bill is due. I can let you know until the time period until I want it paid. Okay, I'm just blown away that a professional, a highly trained professional. And I wonder how many other men that you've written reports for. I wonder how many other men that you've written on their report that they should never see their child again. I'll bet I'm not the only one. I'll bet I'm not the only one that you've recommended to never see their children, never see their child again, eh, lady? How many men have you sentenced to death, mate? How many men? Because I can guarantee I'm not the first one. I can guarantee that. You were very, very comfortable in your little power trip, accusing, and then even threatened the police. I'm going to call the police on you. You know, how many men? How many men have you done this to? You recommend that they should never see their daughter again, or their daughter should never see you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Anyway. Oh, don't be ridiculous, Kate. Don't create shit in my chat, love. You're not going to fucking last here, you fucking mongrel woman. Don't create bullshit here, Kate. All right? I never fucking laid a hand on any woman. And you're a low cunt anyway, Kate. You're a low fucking mongrel rat, Kate, for fucking bringing that shit up in my chat without any fucking proof, you fucking rat. Yeah, women are really good at accusing you, man. They accuse and accuse and accuse, and they've got no fucking proof of nothing. They're fucking rats, mate. So it's taken me a few days to adjust. Just taken me a little bit to realise the scope of what I'm involved, I don't think I had any chance at all from the very beginning. The woman does not have to obey a fucking thing. Not anything. Just ignore it. This person has ignored all court orders. She has not done a single fucking thing in the court order at all. And I'm telling you, man, the minute that you show that you fuck up at all, the minute that you make one mistake or, anything at all, mate, they are going to come down on you. Okay? Me, I cannot make any mistakes. I have got to do exactly what they want me to do in the order they ask me to do it, how they want me to do it. The woman doesn't have to do anything. Does not have to fucking obey anything. If she does, she just comes back with accusations. Oh, I'm scared of him. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to do that. Fuck, bitch. These women think they are so fucking good that even 8 years after you fucking got rid of them, mate, they still think that they are the most important thing in the entire world. Like, these women are fucking, mate, they got little chips on their shoulder and they think they are so fucking high grade that you just can't live without them, okay? Like, fuck, get over yourself. Get over your fucking self. Get over yourself, okay? But that's what it is. They think they are so fucking wanted that even after 8 years, you're lusting after them. You're thinking about them, rah rah, and all you want is your kid. You don't give a fuck who is shagging her, mate. You don't give a fuck who she's with. All you want to see is your daughter. But apparently, it's inconvenient. It interferes in her life. Me seeing my daughter, it interferes in her life. So it's really inconvenient. That's what was in the thing. It's inconvenient for him to see his daughter. It interferes in our life. Like this fucking. So the lady wrote down. She recommends, mate, that I never see my daughter again. That's what she wrote down. That I should never see my daughter ever again. And my people contact me and they say, look, this is the family thing. Nothing overrides the family report. There's nothing that you can produce that will override it. And I'm thinking, well, that means the last 3 years have been a total fucking kibosh, a total waste of time and expenses. That means that it all meant nothing. Everything that I've been through, it means nothing. Nothing. The courses, the reports, all of that shit means nothing. Nothing. They're fucking nothing more than bullshit fucking boxes for you to fucking tick to occupy your time. That's all they are. They don't have any merit. They don't have fucking any standing in the court. They're just a little box for you to tick. And if you don't tick that box, well, then you don't love your daughter. You don't love your children. You didn't complete the courses. That's how they get you. And then when you do fucking do it, and you do complete everything, they're fucking surprised. They're surprised, mate. Okay? They're surprised. So now you get to the family report, and this person has so much power that she can end your case there and then. Like, so what did I go through all of that for then? If this person has so much power in the case, right, she can end the case, why didn't I just go straight there? Why did I waste all of my fucking time and all of my expense doing all of that shit when it comes down to the family report? You could have just gone straight to family report. I mean, really, think about it. It's all just a waste of your fucking time. It's to waste your time, waste your resources. That's all it's about. And to keep you away from your children. They're not there to help your daughter be a part of your life or you to be a part of their life. They're not there for that. They're not there for that at all. Like I haven't, they do nothing to help my case, but they'll sit there and tell you it's in the interest of the child. It's in the interest of the child that we do everything. So it's in the interest of the child that they don't have any contact with you ever. Because you're such a bad, bad person. And then you'll look at them and go, well, how do you know I'm a bad, bad person? Oh, because I've read a report. And I've spoken to your ex. I've spoken to your ex. Okay? So I know that you're a bad person. I know that you're guilty of these things. I know that you've got court orders against you. You don't have any of that. You don't have any of that. You've been a totally legit guy, mate, the whole time. You've done everything legal, everything proper. And it won't matter. It won't matter. I thought I was going into this meeting for this person to ask me questions about me and my daughter. That's what I thought I was going in the meeting for. Instead, I went in the meeting and I was just accused, and I spent the entire time answering to this person, answering to her, and then I got nasty about it and said, well, I'm sick of it. I want proof now. Show me paperwork then. I mean, you're so convincing that it must be true. So where's the paperwork? Because I don't have any. I don't have any paperwork, but you must have paperwork. Where is it? Didn't like me asking for paperwork, boys. Asking for proof. How dare I ask for proof? That's aggressive. That's male masculinity. How dare you do that? How dare you even ask me for any proof? Automatically guilty, bro. Automatically guilty. And now I've got the lawyers and all these people telling me that, I'll never see my daughter again. They've got a family report, and the family report recommends this, this, and this. And because you're such a bad person, they're going to get exactly what they've asked for. They're going to get exactly that. And I'm looking at it going, how? They have fucking lied. They have disobeyed the court order the entire fucking time, and they've lied their ass off. They have lied. Lie. And there's nothing. Nothing, boys. You cannot win. You can't win against accusations, mate. Because they can just come up with more. See, the game is they accuse you, right? And then you go away and you try and prove them wrong. That's what you do. But then when you go back to court to prove them wrong, they have already got new accusations for you. They don't even deal in those old accusations. They only deal in the new accusations which have just been given to you. So you are always on the back foot all the time. Whenever you go into any of these fucking courts, mate, that's what the woman will do to you. She does not answer questions. She just throws accusations out. Accusation, accuse. Come up with some, bullshit stories. Or he hit his daughter and she went all wobbly in the legs and he abused her. And, fucking mate, I almost cried. Like you're really pushing it now, hey? You're really pushing the whatever extreme that you can get. Whatever you can make, just throw as much shit at the wall, and something will stick. Something is bound to fucking stick, because there's just a lot of shit on the wall being thrown over and over and over. So these people believe everything. The professionals believe everything that a woman says, because she's perfect 10. She's the perfect 10, and you're a fucking cunt, okay? You're a dog rat because you're a man. So you're automatically guilty. You're automatically guilty, boys. So without lifting a single finger or doing anything in the court order at all or answering a single question in family law court, this person has won. They've won. They haven't had to do a goddamn thing. Just ignore the court order. And then you will never see your daughter again. And I'm living proof of it, boys. I'm living fucking proof of it. That you can go all the way through the system and do the right thing and cross all the T's and do everything legally in the courts. And that's where you'll end up. That's where you end up. So apparently we're never to see again, never to talk to again. I've been told that, they're going to move away and they're, going to create their own life and all. Like as if I give a fuck. I don't fucking care. All I want to see is my fucking daughter. But no, they've got their own plans, mate. So, and, they don't need your interference, by seeing your daughter. That's interfering in their life. That's what a woman regards it. A woman regards you seeing your children as interfering in her life. Okay? So that's why they They put the kibosh on it. You're interfering in her life because she's so fucking precious. She's so precious and virtuous and just fucking morally upright. No, Chinese, mate. They just ignore it, mate. They ignore the court order and they walk in with accusations. That's how they do it. They don't answer to anything. They just walk in and they accuse you of something new. Whatever it is, mate, I've been accused of so much fucking shit the last 3 years. Like, honestly, if you've watched me, you've seen me say how many different things I've been accused of, right? Well, the new one is that I was slapping Echo. That I was slapping her. That's what was written in there, that I slapped her so hard she went wobbly in the legs and she's scared of me and won't come near me and is scared of me and like fucking bullshit. We're talking about a 5-year-old little girl, mate. Who in the fuck hits a fight? You don't do that. I've never... You've seen how I am with her, man. That's just not going to happen at all. But that's what they need to accuse you of. They need to really lay it on and lay it on and lay it on. They've got to fucking lie. And they just lie. They fucking lie. That's it. They walk in, they accuse you of something else. The judge says, well, they can't take the chance that it's not true. They can't. So they've got to go and investigate it. That's what the court does. It goes and investigates it. And it takes 4 months to do the investigation. And nothing comes back. So then when they come back to court again, you think you're going to be able to answer to the question, right? No, she just comes in with more accusations. She comes in with new stuff. He's going to do this, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. Like a whole bunch of new fucking shit. Stuff I haven't even heard about, mate. I don't know how to... I don't know anything about it. And I said to my lawyer, we're talking about things that are 7 and 8 years old. This is not yesterday. This is 7 years ago. And this person is hanging on to this shit after 7 years. I said, it's everything but see your daughter. Everything but talk to your daughter. Like, this person's hanging on to something that happened fucking years ago. Years and years and years ago. And that's her reason for you never to see your daughter? What are you, joking me? But that's all the court needs. That's all the court needs. Okay? It doesn't need any evidence. Evidence is not encouraged. Evidence is not asked for. It's just believed. It's like the AVO. The AVO got introduced into the family law court as real. As real. It went from her lawyer, clerk of courts, to the judge, to my lawyer, and then given to me. And every one of these fucking professionals are telling me that I've got an AVO. Oh, look, you've got a current AVO on your name. And I'm thinking to myself, looking at that, no, I don't. I'm thinking to myself, in the court, I was thinking, no. I said to the lawyer, show me this AVO, okay? Show me. So he puts it on the computer. I scroll down one page. One fucking page I scroll down, and there's the date on the bottom, quite fucking clear. But see, none of you fucking people read. You don't actually scroll down. You just presume that it's fucking correct. So this person has tried to pass off a fucking AVO from 4 years ago as current. And I'm the only one that picked it up in court and said that it's out of date. It's 4 years old, Your Honour. And they're all embarrassed, mate. My lawyer, the judge, everybody's embarrassed. Yeah? They skipped over that part real quick, mate. Let me tell you, mate, they skipped over that real fucking quick. They were quick to jump on it when they thought I had a current AVO. Oh, they're quick to jump on that, mate, because now they've got a reason to take your fucking time off you. You see, they're looking for any reason to do exactly what she wants. They're looking for any reason they can. Any charges, any investigation, anything at all. Who can we subpoena? Let's subpoena the police. Let's subpoena the psychologist. Let's subpoena over here. Let's get the police records out. He's bound to have done something in his past that would disqualify him from being a father.
And that's what they do. They start scouring for anything that they can get you for. Anything at all, boys, in order to justify what your ex is saying, in order to justify you losing your time with your children, in order to justify taking your children from you. They will use any means possible. Any means possible. And they will believe anything that they're told. Anything at all, without any proof. You don't need paperwork. Just accuse, and suddenly it becomes real. Suddenly it becomes facts. Because it came from the holy mouth of a woman. It came from the most glorious high God of all. A woman. A woman opened her mouth. So therefore it must be absolutely gospel the truth. You're the liar. You are the man. You're the nasty man. You're the abuser. You did this. You did that. You've got a DV order. You've got an AVO order. You've got investigations. You are a terrible, terrible man. You hurt your children. You beat your children. You slapped your children. You treated your wife like this, this, and this. And then you're sitting there going, fuck. Come in, spinner. Come in, fucking spinner. And you're a professional. You're the highly paid professional, right? And they're sitting there with their finger, mate, fucking pointing at you, telling you how much of a cunt you are. They haven't asked you a single question, mate. They don't know you at all. The only thing they've been told is what your ex has told them. Whatever your ex has told this person, that's all they know about you. Okay, that's it. So they just believe whatever they're told. And they don't ask you anything. They just accuse you of a whole bunch of fucking stuff that was getting me more upset. The more that I was being accused of it, I was getting more upset about it because it's just not true. And you're supposed to be a professional. You know? So I was guilty, mate, before I even walked out of the office. The person had me sewn up, mate. Had me fucking stitched up, brother. How you fast, Jimmy? Completely heartless, mate. Well, I don't know. I don't say anything to them, Frank. I just block them. I don't really care about anything else. I got to watch how I act, mate. I got to watch what I say. I got to, they want to take my channel down. They're not happy about this. They're not happy about that. They want my videos taken down. They want me barred from talking. Barred from talking about certain subjects, or they're just not happy, mate. Okay, after 8 years of fucking you in the ass and getting you fucking trampled on, they're still not happy. After 8 years of having a beautiful home just handed to them without costing you a fucking dime, you're just not happy. Okay? After 4 years of you keeping my parental alienating your children from the father, you're not happy. You're not happy. Okay? It's his fault. Whatever's gone wrong in your life, it is my fault. Whatever's wrong, it's my fault. Okay? Be guaranteed it's your fault, boys. Whatever's going wrong in their life, it's going to be your fault. Lord Dobb 79 is my eBay. Lord Dobb 79 is my eBay for my masks. Lord Dobb 79 on eBay. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com. If there's an email you want to send me or a story you wanted to send me, tell me your story about Family Report Writer. If you've got a story about one,
I'd like to hear from other men to see if other men have been dealing with the same kind of thing that I have. I want to know if other men have gone there and it's been basically a stitch up from the minute you've walked in and you've had your children taken from you, from the family report writer. I would like to hear from other men. I'd like you to write me a Gmail, a story, whatever's happened in your life, and hopefully, that there are other men that have gone through this, mate. Um, Maybe I can get some kind of connection and relief from that. Because I'm already being told that, you're going to have to wait until your daughter's older and, she'll come and contact you. And I'm getting told that fairy tale now. That's a fairy tale that I'm being told in the last day or two, I'm being prepared. I'm being prepared to go there and being told that you'll never see your daughter again. That's basically what I'm being prepared for. And it's a very uncomfortable, horrible feeling. It really is, boys. It's psychologically very damaging. I find it very hard to sleep. I don't eat a whole lot. I worry, because it's just fine. Like these women are so horrible. The judges and all of that. They just expect you to move on. Just forget that you've had children, forget that you were a father. It's time for you to move on. And then your children will contact you in 10 years, when they grow older, they'll contact you in 10 years. That's what they tell men. That's what they tell us. And then after they've told you that, that's apparently magic words. And you're not allowed to have any kind of feeling about anything after they've told you that. Because the court told you that. Okay? The magic court has told you that. So apparently you're not supposed to have any feelings after that point. You're supposed to just move on with your life after spending 4 years in a court system and getting absolutely shoveled every time you walked into the joint. And there is no time with your daughter. There is no phone calls. There's no voice calls unless that person wants to call you. And she's very cruel. She will call here and say hello to me and then puts my daughter on the phone and I say hello to my daughter. I tell her I love you, Dad. I love you, Echo. And then she takes the phone off me and makes demands. If you close your channel down and you go and do this course and this course, then I might agree to the court order. That's what she told me. I might agree to the court order if you go and do this and you go and do that, and like fucking anger management and all this fucking shit she's invented. There's 1,000,001 courses, boys. They can have you doing courses your entire life. There is 1,000,001 courses that a man can do, but there are no courses that a woman can do. A woman does not have to do any fucking courses. Don't you find that amazing, boys? That a woman will fucking look at you, she'll look at you and tell you what courses that you need to be doing to improve your life. But her, oh no, I don't need to do any courses. Why would I need to do courses for? That's what a woman will look at you. Because she's perfect. In her mind, she is perfect. You see, there is no room for improvement. There is no room for anything. It's her way, and that's it. That's it. In their mind, they're justified, mate. They're completely justified. Don't marry them. Don't fucking move them in. Don't marry them. I've got no fucking use for them, mate. Trust me. You'll have a lot more peaceful fucking life if you have a life like ago. I wouldn't have had to put up with any of that at all. Okay? None of that at all. And I just really regret the amount of fucking turmoil and heartache that I went through putting up with this fucking person all the time in order to keep my family unit together. And at the end of the day, she just lied her ass off. Lies, mate. Just lie, lie, lie. And then back up those lies with more lies. And they always have you on the back foot. They always have you on the defensive. You're the one that's defending yourself. Happiness and the things you can't control. Mate, I'm not in control. I'm not in control, Will.
I'm not in control, mate. This isn't over until next month. It's not over until the boss lady says to you, you know, until the boss lady tells you, mate. Then it's over. You got to wait until next month to find out. Anyway, mate, it's my fucking channel. I'll talk about it whatever the fuck I want, okay? You don't like it, there's the fucking door, okay? You don't have to sit here listening to it. I don't ask you for shit, and I don't ask you for your opinion either. Fuck, I didn't ask you for nothing. But I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't know where to find that happiness yet, mate. Okay, I've got my masks, I do my artwork, and my whole life is my kids. My whole life is my kids, man. If you're not a parent, you won't understand. But my whole life is my children, trying to be a part of their life. And moving on and all of that, mate. No, you can never move on, mate. No, trust me, you can never move on. Why do you think we have such a high suicide rate for men? A high drug rate? A high alcoholism rate? Why? Why do you think it's so bad? And why do you think it's so bad after family law court? After these men have been put through the system and they haven't seen their fucking children. I'm one of them. I'm not the only one, buddy. And that's why we have such bad, pew and fucking for men. Mate, the suicide rate for men is huge. It's huge. Huge. Okay? Because you don't see any light. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no, you can't just walk away from a part of your life, mate. You can't just put your heart on the counter and go, yeah, I'm just going to restart. And it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You think of your children every day, whether you're with them or not with them. If you're a parent, you think of your children every day. There's nothing that you can do to help that. There's nothing. All right? I'm denied my time, and this is how I am. The other side can't even give me 2 hours. Their life falls apart. Their life falls apart if I get 2 hours of time. 2 hours. And their life falls apart. But I'm supposed to live my life without her. And that's fine. But if I had 2 hours of my daughter's time, she's going to be very, very upset as a parent. So when your child is gone, you're sitting there waiting for your child to come back. There is no in-between, mate. It doesn't exist. It never is deed to a good place. Yeah, I'm digging it. Mate, I'm going to dig it and dig it and dig it. I'm going to dig it as long as I possibly fucking can. I really am. I am. I want to hear from other men that have gone through this. If none of us speak up, then nothing changes. If none of us speak up, mate, nothing changes. There's thousands of me. There's thousands of me in the future. You may even be one of them, man, when you have children. You may end up where I am. It's the system, mate. It's how it's created. It's how it, and it's my job to warn men. It's my job to warn these fucks that watch me, mate. The thousands of views that I get on my channel after the stream ends. It's my job to educate one of these motherfuckers so that they don't fucking make the same mistake that I did. They don't have to do any of the shit that I did, man. What the fuck for, mate? Why would you want to go overseas, marry someone, bring them back, you get treated like fucking shit, spoken to like shit, and then when they're done with you, when their feelings are changed, they want to take everything that you fucking own from you and put you on the street. No, men need to fucking learn, mate. Men need to learn. Fuck. Yeah, I like chess, man, yeah. Yeah, I like chess, mate. You can't dig a deeper hole, mate, than someone telling you you'll never see your children again. There is no hole deeper. There's no hole deeper. What are they going to do? Take my liberty? That's all that I got left. That's all that I got left. That they've taken everything else. Everything that matters, they've taken. You've got nothing to lose, mate. You haven't got anything to lose. You see? That's the object of why I talk to people, is to fucking learn them, mate, so they learn. You know, they don't make the same mistakes that I do. And they learn off my pain is your lesson. You know, my embarrassment is your lesson. My bullshit is your lesson. That's the lesson you'll learn. And whether it makes sense to you now, you might laugh at it now, and I'm happy for you. But there might be a time in your life where you're going to reflect back on what I've said. You're going to remember my words. You're going to remember the Lord Dobby telling you. You know, maybe next week, it may be next year, it may be next fucking 10 years, I don't know. But I know that I've had plenty of men contact me and thanking me. Okay? So, as long as I can warn one, mate, I'm happy. My job is complete. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal viewer if you want to chuck me a chocolate milk or fucking, you know, give me some kind of support. That'd be great. That is correct, Joey, yeah. All of their power, mate, goes into a tissue. These young men don't understand that. It's only the older ones that understand that. Their fucking power, the only power they've got, mate, goes in a tissue. That's it. It gets put into the bin, and then the woman's got no power over you. Fucking none. Absolutely none. She's got no power over you, okay? So, you know, you want to keep them sweet because you want biscuit. You want to keep them sweet because you want the fairy tales opened up. You want to keep it sweet because you want to see the wings, right? You want to see the little fairy wings, right? And that's their power. That's their fucking power over you. They know that's what the fucking, right? So they hold it back. They fucking hold that shit back, mate. It's once every blue moon. This is the power. You want the fucking power? You want the fucking gold, mate? You want some of the gold? You want to be a gold miner? Yeah, gold mining is very fucking expensive, mate. Have you got any money? If you haven't got any money, the gold is out of fucking place, mate. You're not going to get no fucking gold, mate, okay? That's what it's about. Yeah, no, don't, no. No. The worst bride that you could ever meet would be, yeah, that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. And it's presented to you as really nice. That's the worst thing, mate. You will be totally fooled. Like, totally fooled. The person is so nice. And they're so, like, talkative and charming and laughing and giggling and, you know, all the promises are made. You know, I'm going to be the best wife and I'm going to be the best person and I love you so much and I'm never going to leave you. And you get the whole speech, mate. The whole speech you get. And as soon as you sign on that book, as soon as you sign, that's it. There's no fucking honeymoon. There's no nothing, mate. You're put into the spare room. There was no honeymoon. As soon as I signed on that book, mate, I was put into the spare room. I never spent the night with my wife. We never spent any time like that together at all until they came to Australia. So 2 months later, after you've already signed on, that's the first chance you get to be alone with the person. Okay? They didn't want nothing to do with me. Didn't want anything to do with me straight after the signing. Straight after you signed, it was over. It was over. I spent the entire month on my own. We didn't go anywhere together. We went and ate together with the mother, and then we come home. But during the day, I was out on my own in China. That's why all the videos of just me walking around. Because the person didn't want nothing to do with me. Just ignore. And then I left. You know, I wanted to fuck off back to Australia. I'm at the airport. I think it's over. Because I haven't spoken to this person. I have not fucking said a word to this person since we signed a piece of paper together. Not a single word, mate. Not a single sentence is spoken, mate. You haven't touched the person. There's no honeymoon season, mate. You understand? So I get to the airport, mate, and you know, the person lobs up and shags me in the car park. You know, trying just to keep me sweet. You know, you're still going to take me to Australia. You still take me to Australia. You know,
It's a fucking bullshit, bro. Yeah, don't ever fall for their bullshit, mate. Their fucking lies and deception. Just don't trust it.
don't believe in it. Don't fall for it and think that things are going to work out, because they don't. They don't, mate. Oh, that black dress. Don't remind me, Joey.
Don't remind me, man. That's a fucking nightmare material, mate.
Yeah, where did that fucking black dress come from, man? That just appeared out of nowhere, eh, Joey? And then every single day, that plain black Muslim fucking dress that you can't see anything. Fucking nothing, mate. Yeah, yeah, that was that same thing every single day. That same dress every day. So, you know why? Because they don't. Why does a Muslim woman wear a burqa, mate, in black? So that other men aren't attracted to her. That's why. So that you, when you look at her, you're not attracted to her. You don't want to touch her, you don't want to grab her.
And that's why it was worn that way. Okay? It was done deliberately. Deliberately. You know? And yeah, those fucking granny panties, mate. Oh, fuck, I hate grannies, mate. I hate fucking grannies, brother. I really hate them. You know, I used to walk into the drawer, right? I'd look into the drawer and you've got all these fancy blues and pinks and fucking frillies and G-strings and all kinds of nice ones, right? And then next door to them, you've got the grandmas. Have you ever seen a pair of grandmas? They're like fucking like a tent, mate. You could use them as a parachute in the fucking war. This is what the soldiers used when they jumped out of the plane and they're fucking skydiving down to France. They fucking airlift a pair of granny fucking underwears, mate, and fucking down they float, mate. These things are fucking huge. They go above the navel. They cover the belly button. They're just black. They're just fucking black. They look horrible. Fucking horrible, brother. So yeah, don't ever, you know you're in trouble, mate, if your girlfriend is wearing grandma underwear. Okay? You know you're in fucking trouble, bro, when your girlfriend is wearing fucking grandma fucking undies, okay? That's when you know you're in trouble. You want to talk about something else, man? I got something else I wanted to share with you. But I don't know if you're interested in conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I don't know what what's the time, man?
LordDobbyKing@gmail.com, viewer, is my PayPal. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal. Help the old bloke out, will you? Haven't sold any masks for ages.
No one fucking buys a mask off me. It's not like I'm not trying. We've got plenty of fucking masks.
Plenty of masks on eBay. Lord Dobb 79, but they're offering nothing. They're offering $50 for a clown.
That's their offer. I got offered $30 for the bandage clown, like you're doing me a fucking favour. I got offered $60 for Corey, mate. I got offered $60.
Like, what a fucking joke, man. Just an absolute joke.
I got offered $80 for these two. $80. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, so I'm getting lowballed. So I've run out of paper, mate. Run out of paper.
No sales, mate. No sales. None at all.
No sales at all, bro. So I'm a little bit on the dusty side, you know.
LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com.
Appearances inside of that.
It does, Will. It does, Will. Yeah, you better wake the fuck up. It does, Will. It does apply to every fucking man. You know, there are thousands of me, Will. Thousands of me. Literally, bro. Thousands of men don't see their children, mate. It does apply.
And even if it doesn't apply, every fucking man needs to know it. Every man needs to understand what the fucking law is and needs to understand what they fucking happens when these people get hold of a fucking report.
Every single man, every single father needs to know. Not man, father needs to know. Yes, they do, mate. Every single father needs to know about family law court. Every single one of them. Because it's a high grade of chance, 80% to 90% chance that you're going to end up in family fucking law court, mate. Don't you understand that? There's 80 to 90% chance you're going to end up in there. Why do you think they're so fucking busy, bro? Why do you think the family law court is so fucking jam-packed? Okay? It's a business. It earns money. It's a business. It's run like a business. You are going to get... listen, man, I'll tell you something, dude. You do really well in life, okay? You do really well. You've got a few $100,000 in the bank. You've done really well, Will. You fucking killed it, bro. Okay? You meet a really good chick, mate. You meet a really good chick in your mind. You get together, you move her in. It's your joint. You move her in. Okay? Because you're in love. So suddenly you get married. I'm just getting a tea bag and fucking thing together. Oh, there's my tea bag. You get married, she moves in, everything's hunky-dory, and then she decides she doesn't want to be with you anymore. What the fuck do you think happens, Will? In your Disneyland fucking environment, what do you think happens? Do you think you get to keep your house and your property and your toys, whatever you've acquired? Do you think you could that she's just going to leave? What fuck? You're fucking dreaming, cunt. Dreaming. She's not going anywhere, mate. You are. She's going to take your house, your car. She's going to take your land, your boat. She'll take your fucking dog if she can. If she can have you escorted off the property, she will. Don't you understand, Will? It takes one phone call. You don't understand, do you? Listen, man, I came home from work. I wasn't arguing with anybody. I was sitting on the kitchen floor playing with my daughter. No argument, because remember, this person ignored me. Doesn't even talk to me. Doesn't even say hello to me when I come home. Just ignores. That's it. And the next thing you know, mate, I get a knock on the door, and it's the sheriff, mate. It's the sheriff. Okay? And I'm escorted off the property. Okay? And it's that quick. You get 15 minutes, buddy. You know, it was in the morning. Come home from work, everything's sweet. You know, they disappeared for, I don't know, an hour. They disappeared. I thought they went shopping. 8 o'clock in the morning, the next morning, is when it happened. My daughter comes into the garage as normal. Every single morning she comes into the garage and sits with Dad. And we sit there and she sits watching her iPad and I just sit there looking at my daughter. And then I go and take a piss. And then by that time, it's time for her to go inside and get changed and have breakfast. So my daughter says, you have to leave today. Mummy says you have to leave. That's what my daughter said to me. My daughter's 5. So my daughter knew before I did. And anyway, I'm sitting there with her and there's a knock at the garage door, mate. And it's the sheriff with a piece of paper. You've got an AVO, Apprehended Violence Order. AVO. So you've got 15 minutes to leave the property because she's in fear for her life. She fears for her life. That's what's in her report. She fears for her life. And that's enough for you to be removed from your property. You get it? That's enough for you to be removed. Okay? Because her driver's license is in the address. She has one of the bills, electric bill, whatever, in her name. And she lives there. That's her address. So your ass is out the door. You're fucking gone. I swear to you, man. You will not realise what's going on. You get 15 minutes to get your blanket and pillow and toothbrush and your phone charger, and you are escorted off the property. And that's the last time you will go back to your property. That'll be the last time you see it. Okay? And it happens that quickly. You've got 15 minutes to leave or you get arrested. We don't have any advocacy groups. We don't have any. They're demonised here in Australia. Men's advocacy or men's right, fathers' rights movements and stuff like that. They're demonised here. How dare you speak up? How dare you? Okay? We are demonised. And not only that, but you could possibly be charged. Because they'll go down and file a report and say that you're endangering them or some fucking shit they'll come up with. And they'll try and get a court order against you. That's what they'll do. But no, there are no fathers' movements, mate. There's none. And you have no chance in court. It doesn't matter what that person in charge tells you. Okay? You are about to waste 2 or 3 years of your life. Because at the start of it, that same person will look at you and go, I know that I can see that you love your daughter, but I need you to prove to the court how much you love your daughter. And then they give you a whole list of fucking shit for you to do. And you've got to go away and do that list to please the court. And at the end of the day, 2 years later, after you've completed it all, they send you to a family report writer. And that family report writer, mate, you've got no chance. No chance at all as a man. Fucking none. None. I'd really like to know how many men this professional person has recommended don't see their children. Because I can guarantee I'm not the only one. I can guarantee I'm not the first one. Okay? Seriously, I can guarantee it. I can promise you I am not the first one this person has recommended never see their children again. Yeah? Well, you can fucking do what you like, mate. I don't give a fuck what you do, Will. I don't give a fuck, mate. You seem to have a Disneyland fucking version of Family Law Court, that's for fucking sure. You've got a Disneyland view of fucking life, because it's not going to work out that way for you. I can promise you it won't work out that way for you. So you can believe whatever the fuck you want, but I'm dealing in the reality of what happened to me and what happens to other men in reality when we actually go to court. That's what I deal in. I don't deal in fucking, hypothetical fucking bullshit, okay? I don't deal in that. I deal in what happened. I deal in what is reality and the words that were spoken to me. That's what I deal in. I don't deal in hypotheticals and, fairyland, fucking Disneyland shit, like it's all going to work out and it's your fault and, you can get it done. And that's all bullshit, dude. It's all bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. You have 80 to 90% divorce rate initiated by women. 80 to 90%. You have got no fucking chance as a man. None. You think you do. You think you're in a relationship and they love you and they tell you they love you. They tell you, I love you, Charlie, I love you. The next morning is when I'm getting kicked out. The next morning. Yeah, I had a chance to shag it last night, mate, and I didn't. I had full fucking chances, bro, trust me, to shag it that night, and I didn't. That was the only fucking chance I've had in 2 months, and I knocked it back. Oh, fuck. If only I'd known that the next morning I was going to get fucking turfed out. Fucking, you know what I mean? I would have put that one effort in, boys, that one last fucking effort, Fuck. No, you should stop fucking relying on them and being around them. Oh, you're talking about procreating. I'm not talking about procreating. I'm talking about having a fucking family and having a wife and you have children and you have a family and you're a father and you stay together and you've got a family unit. I'm not talking about, you see, there's a big difference. You can go out to the nightclub, you can meet chicks, you can do all the what did you call it? You call it a word. Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fucking family court. I'm talking about it. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. You're in your own fucking world. Okay? I'm talking about what I talk about. Okay? That's it. You can't keep up? Then fucking mate, sit down. Okay? You can't keep up with the convo. Sit the fuck down. Fuck. I've got the fucking geniuses today. I got the geniuses, mate. No, mate, you just don't have to move them in, mate. There's no reason for you to move them in. There's no reason for you to live with them, marry them. You know, when a woman says to you, "I love you," just put on the end of it for now. Whatever they tell you, mate. Whatever nice thing they say to you, just say for now in your head, for now. Because the minute you fuck up, the minute that her feelings change, that's about as long as it's going to last. Okay? As soon as her feelings change, mate, then it's over. The whole dynamic changes, man. They're no longer the nice girl that you know. They become a fucking bitch. They become, rude, nasty, entitled, fucking masculine. They become very masculine in the relationship. They're no longer this female. Suddenly they're very masculine energied and they're telling you what you need to do. They're telling you what they're advising you, what they think you should do. And like my godfather, mate, yeah, and don't ever invest in a woman's business. Okay, if a woman comes to you and says, "I've got a good business idea," rah, 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 yeah, don't invest in it. Don't invest in it, okay? Save yourself the problems because you might as well just give the money to her and kiss the money goodbye. A kiss her goodbye. Because, she's going to come back and tell you she did this, it's great, it was rah, rah, rah. Everything's fucking great, but the money's gone. The money's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. We did really well out of it. we did really well out of it, but the money's gone. Oh fuck, that's gone. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. That's in my account in China or in Asia, wherever the fuck you're going out. That's in my personal account. You can go and get some more. You can get some more. Fuck. I know I'm not wrong because I experienced it. You see, I experienced all of it. I'm not talking out of my cheeks, mate. I'm talking reality, So don't ever trust them, mate. Look how many of these famous fucking footballers, mate. These women want to marry them, right? And then 2 years later they divorce them and they want $30 million. These fucking women, mate. The woman wanted. The guy just got his payment through. $30 million payment. The down payment, like he had a $40 million contract or some shit. So they're giving him $30 million straight up, and straight away she filed for divorce. Straight away. And she claimed the 30. She wants the entire fucking thing, plus the house, the car, and alimony, child support. But she went for the whole thing. I'm telling you, man, they have a plan. They work out a plan, and they stick to the plan. And they've already got it planned in their head exactly what the fuck they're going to do, and they don't tell you anything. The plan does not include you. So you're going along in your happy life trying to be a good husband and trying to do everything that you can to make sure she's happy, she's fine, everything is worked out for her. She's got her own plan. Her own fucking plan that's got nothing to do with you. She wants to leave you in your little plan. She wants to leave you in your happy little plan world because it suits her. because you're paying for everything. You're paying for everything in her life, so she leaves you. Meanwhile, she's got her own fucking life happening, bro. She's got her own plans that she needs to do, and they don't include you. They'll never include you, boys. You've got to realise it, mate. The fucking game that's being afoot, mate. You've got to realise the game that gets played. I knew, mate. I knew very early in the piece. I knew. I told my stream many, many times that I'm living on borrowed time. I am living on borrowed time in this marriage, boys. It's a matter of time before she decides that, yeah, it's time for me to go. And I can feel it's going to happen. I can feel that they're just waiting for the right opportunity or the right thing that when I don't do something that they want, or I make them unhappy, or their feelings change. And it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And I knew that. And all my friends knew it. All my friends who met her knew it. All of her friends knew it. Because I went and talked to them at the market. I went and actually spoke to them. And I asked them. And they told me, no, she is definitely going to divorce you. There's just 100% going to divorce you. 100%, yes. You know, I'm sorry, you know, but yes, definitely. And every one of those fucking her friends told me. Every one of them. So I knew, right? I knew. Yeah? It's not like I didn't know. Example of a healthy... yeah, I have friends that have really good marriages, Will, yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about the current strong, independent woman, mate. You know? The latest strong, independent women, mate, is what I'm talking about. You know, not my age. My friends are my age. They're old. You know, they've got a happy marriage. They've been together forever. I know several people like that. Okay? That's a different generation, mate. That's a different generation. That generation goes through good, bad, up, down, rich, poor, thick, thin. You know, if someone, you know, they stick up for each other. She's never going to give him up, mate. And he's never going to give her up. But this fucking generation... Mate, these fucking women will tell you while you're with them, if you ever get sick, I'll never take care of you. I will drop you off to the hospital, but I'm not taking care of you. That's your fucking women for you. These women want to move into your house and move into your apartment. They want to live rent-free. They want to live everything for free. You're paying all the bills. Then you've got to pay for their food, right? Because they eat. You've got to fucking, right? You've got to feed them, right? They don't pay for anything, mate. Okay? And they don't cook. Have you noticed that, Will? That your girlfriend, yeah, she doesn't fucking cook, mate. She's not going to make you a fucking coffee, cunt. All right? A coffee. They're not going to do anything for you. These latest women that are available now are strong, independent women that don't need a man. They don't need a man. Okay, they need a man. You know, they like to pull certain things. Free dinners, free movies. You know, the bills are paid. That's a good part of the marriage. I like that. Cooking, cleaning. No. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. That's his job. That's his job. Do you know how many fucking simping fucking men, mate, and I was one of them? In order to keep these women fucking happy, that you've got to do the cooking, the cleaning, the vacuuming, the fucking washing. You've got to take the bins out. You've got to go shopping for the fucking groceries, because they don't even go shopping. They won't even go shopping for grocery. Okay? That's slave work. Have you ever had a woman tell you that, mate? Have you ever had a woman tell you that, you know, I feel like a slave? You've never had that yet. Oh, well, mate, you're certain, what are you, a virgin? Have you been out with any women lately? Have you had a relationship at all? Okay? Because that's what's fucking out there. You know, I had a woman once. I mean, I have had the occasional woman, you know. Hey, they offer a coffee. This is the last one, mate. All right? With a ring on its finger. offers you a coffee. I'm sitting there in the living room, offers me a coffee. Oh, it's fucking, mate, I was so surprised. I was so surprised. Because that's just never happened. You know? So I said, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Makes the coffee, comes back, puts the coffee down, right? I'm sitting at the counter just like I am now. As she turns around and walks away, she says, I feel like a slave when I made you a coffee. I feel like a slave when I made you a coffee. That is the only fucking coffee that person made in fucking 6 years. You see, she's just let me know that she's not going to be making me any fucking thing at all. Not even a coffee, mate. Not even a coffee. If your woman loves you so fucking much, mate, why is it whenever she cooks you a meal that it comes black on one side and raw on the other two sides? You know? Why does your steak look like black on one side and uncooked on the other? Because they don't fucking like you. So they let the shit fucking burn, mate. They don't even move it. And then they put it straight on the plate, burnt side down, so that you don't see the burn side. And then they sit there smiling to themselves as you eat it, and it fucking tastes like shit. Because they know you're never going to ask them for another meal. You're never going to ask them to cook for you again. You're going to be doing a lot of cooking, mate. Okay? They don't like to cook. All right? And they don't like dishes. Because the dishes is soapy water. And yeah, the nails. Okay? So we don't do dishes. So now you've got to go in and do the dishes. And you've got to clean the counter and clean the floor. You got to clean it because I don't like fucking dirty shit. So I got to clean it all. So no, man, they're fucking... Why would you want to put up with that for, boys? Why would you want to put yourself through that shit for? And then as soon as you arc up to her, as soon as you complain to this person, she's already planning her exit. She's already planning her exit, but she wants the property. She wants the house. So she's got to try and work out a way of getting the house into her name, getting the house fucking sorted, and then she can fucking deal with you. Meanwhile, you can be ignored. You can be ignored. I don't need to talk to you at all. You're a peasant. You're a fucking nobody. Okay? You know, I'm the queen. I'm the fucking boss here, you know? Ask any woman, mate, you know, to rate themselves, 1 through whatever, and they'll tell you they're a perfect 10. Every single woman you meet. It doesn't matter how fat and fucking ugly she is. She's going to tell you she's a perfect 10. Okay? Well, you were lucky, mate. Ah, yes, Kassan, yeah. Yeah. I speak the truth. I speak the truth, man. Yeah. You've got a 20% chance, Kassan. 20% chance of meeting a loving woman that will love you as a man and never do wrong by you, always thinking about you. You know, you've got a 20% chance. Okay, 80% chance divorce rate is in Australia. 80% initiated by women. It's 80%. So you've got a 20% chance of a good woman sticking by you, and you have a family and you're able to be a father and raise your children, and you get old together and you go through a lot of shit together. But nowadays they just get rid of you. That's why the divorce rate's so easy. It's so many. I mean, you just go to the phone and you just fucking scroll, mate. You know, you just flick left, flick right, fucking scroll. You know, they find some guy they're attracted to and they start talking to him, and he's the greener pasture. He's the new fucking, right? Yeah, I didn't meet the family first. No, but I met the family like straight away. Mum and dad were more nicer to me than what she ever was. Her mum and dad. You know, I used to get along with them really good. I used to go and eat with them, and at least they'd have a conversation with me, broken, whatever, but at least I'd have a laugh with her. There is no laughing with this person. There is no conversation with this person. There is nothing but yes, no, whatever, maybe. And the entire time on the phone. Does not look up from the phone. Will not look at you in the face. Doesn't, just fucking looks at the phone the entire time. It's not like you couldn't tell she doesn't fucking like you. It's not like she tried to hide it, man. She didn't fucking hide anything, bro. It's your fucking wedding night, mate, and you're in the spare room. It's your fucking wedding night, and you're in the spare room. You're not allowed to fucking go anywhere near this person, mate. And you're married. You're fucking signed up, bro. Yeah, you're not allowed to fucking touch her. I never fucking touched her. Like, fuck, what the fuck's going on? My honeymoon is me being alone. Me being alone in this dingy fucking room, mate, overlooking Beijing. It was really pretty, but it was a fucking closet, mate, with a steel cot. And I got put into the fucking closet, mate, with a steel cot. And I called myself fucking Dobby straight away. Straight away, I thought to myself of the Dobby character. You know, he like disappears into the cupboard. You know, you don't see him until morning. That's why I call myself fucking Dobby, mate. Fuck. Well, no one likes doing the dishes. So what the fuck does that mean, you weak ass fucking maggot? What the fuck does that actually mean? No one likes doing the dishes, so if that's your problem, no wonder you had such a problem in your marriage. So in other words, you weak mark the fucking simp, you do the fucking dishes, cunt. You do the dishes, you do the vacuuming, you do the mopping, you do the counter cleaning, you do the fucking cooking, you go down and get the fucking groceries. You're a willing fucking simping cunt. All right? Simple as that. No one likes to do the dishes. If that was your big problem, no wonder you had such a... Who in the fuck are you? So it's your fucking job now, is it, mate? It's your fucking job, is it, Will? Because your fucking bitch doesn't like to do dishes. So you're forever doing fucking the dishes, mate. And that's fair to you, is it? And then when that person doesn't want to do the vacuuming, what do you say then? And she doesn't like doing the mopping either. Yeah, the floor, yeah, they don't like to mop the floor. Yeah, they don't like that. Okay, they don't like taking the garbage out. They don't like doing anything. Anything. Trust me, Will, after you've done it for over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and you've got this person that has it over you, telling you that they don't do that, that's for slaves. So apparently you're a slave now. Like, they actually put you down as you're doing it. Okay? So they put you in your place. Okay? They let you know that you're a fucking slave. You know, you are the Dobby. You know, I am the king. I don't do that. That's slave work. So I'm the slave. That's... What are you, a fucking... You know what I mean? Why would you let anyone talk to you like that, mate, and not wake up, not think about it, and not say to yourself, well, I'm not doing your fucking dishes anymore, bitch. Do your own fucking dishes, okay? I'm not cleaning your floors. I'm not cleaning your counters. Do your own fucking counters. I've just gone up. I've got the fucking groceries. I've come back. I've cooked fucking dinner. I've had my child the entire fucking day, and here I am cooking you fucking dinner. And now I've got to clean up. Do you bring anything to the table? You know, you don't talk to me. You don't say hello to me. You don't want to know me. You don't love me. What do you bring to the table, to the slave? You bring nothing. I really hope you don't meet someone like that, Will. I really don't. They all wear the pants, JL. Don't let them fool you, mate. Don't you think you've got any power, man. You're a fucking fooling yourself, bro. If you don't think your girlfriend doesn't have full power, then she's got power. Then she's got you fooled. Because I can promise you, mate, once those toes close and those wings close, your whole attitude will change. And that is how she will control you. You'll no longer get any hugs. The person will not be nice to you. They're not going to talk to you. You'll come home from work and they're totally ignoring you. They don't even say hello to you. They will walk past you in the house and ignore you. Ignore you. Okay? Because you did something yesterday or last week, you said something that she didn't like. So now the legs close. Closed. There's no more joy, mate. There's no more jiggy. There's nothing. Okay? And she'll withhold that for a week, 2 weeks, a month. A month. A month you've got to put up with this person being this way. To get power over you. To get power over you, because now you know if you say anything against whatever she's wanting, this is what happens. So you hesitate, mate, the next time, because it's a fucking horrible existence. It's a horrible, horrible life being ignored. Like it truly is. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Especially if you're trying to say hello to them, you're just trying to talk to them, you're trying to have a conversation with them, you're just trying to be normal, and they fucking are so rude. You know, haven't you got something to do? Haven't you got the dogs to walk? Can't you take Echo for a walk? You know, just cut you straight. Have you ever been talking to a woman, mate, and she just cuts you straight off? Just cuts you straight off. You know, you don't even get 2 words out of your mouth, and she cuts you out, mate. And says, oh, can't you take the garbage out? She doesn't want to hear what you're saying. She just fucking bang, cuts you straight off. Your wife is going to be very good at that. Your wife, oh, she's going to be an expert at that. An expert. No. You get very tired of it, mate. You get sick of it, and you won't be apologising anymore. You'll just get the shits like I did. You'll get the shits like I did, mate, because it's like driving down the road, JL, right? And you can see a truck coming for you. You can see the truck coming for you, so you veer over a little bit, right, to let the truck pass, you know? And then this person's on the other side fucking dragging you back into the lane again. Just fucking, you know what I mean? Like you've got no, there's nothing in your life, mate, worse than an aggravated woman. There is nothing worse in your life, gentlemen, than an unhappy woman, because she is going to fuck you up, okay? And she's not going to like it if she's unhappy and you're happy. If there's something in your life that makes you happy, she's not going to be happy about it. She's going to take that from you. She'll find a way of destroying it. She'll find a way of taking it from you, okay? Because they love destroying men's happiness. Your games, whatever, your hobbies, the woman is not going to like any of it. None of it. Okay? All attention needs to be focused on her at all times. So you playing a game, you whatever, that's not going to work. Okay? That's why you've got videos out there on TikTok of women destroying their boyfriend's game unit. Deleting everything, and smashing the fucking unit. They don't even own the fucking thing, mate. It's not their property. But because their boyfriend is enjoying playing it, they've got to destroy it. And they find joy in that. They find happiness. And they will lie their ass off to that boyfriend. I didn't do it. I don't know what happened. I don't know where your game machine is. It just disappeared. You know, I don't know what happened to your games. I don't know. She deleted over $400,000 worth of fucking game. You know, by the time he'd done I don't know, but that's what the fucking thing's worth apparently, because of the level that he was in. But $400,000 worth of fucking games, this fucking bitch girlfriend fucking deleted on him. Okay, because they're entitled, mate. Okay, and how dare you spend anything that's not on them? It's not on them. You know, it's okay for me to go down and drop $450 at a fucking soap fucking joint. $400 fucking on soap. Fucking soap. You know, different coloured soap. And I said to her, what are you going to do with this fucking soap? It's just glycerin, darling. You know, that's all this is coloured glycerin. Food colour glycerin. Just mixed with glycerin. Different colours. But it's all glycerin. So we get home with this $400 worth of fucking glycerin, mate, and the whole house stinks of soap. The whole house. And then I wake up in the morning and the smell has disappeared. And I'm thinking, brilliant. House doesn't smell anymore. Then I go to the freezer and I go to the fridge. I go to get a drink out, you know, whatever it is. It tastes like soap. Tastes like soap. I get some chicken out of the fridge to cook the dinner during the night. I cook the dinner. It's like having a mouthful of fucking glycerin, mate. A mouthful of soap. She's put the soap in the freezer. In the freezer. You know, freezing soap. I don't know who fuck freezes soap. What the fuck women freeze soap for? I've got no idea. But I've got a fridge full of fucking soap and a freezer full of soap. So the whole fridge just reeked of fucking soap. And I ended up throwing it all away. She got really pissed off with me. Because what the fuck you want me to do with fucking $400 worth of soap? You know? Like, you can never use that amount of soap. Apparently it's for decoration. You leave it on the counter, it's for fuck. Why would you want $400 worth of fucking decoration, right? Your sister is like that. Well, then, yeah, in order to keep that person happy, mate, to keep those toes in the air, you've got to be a yes man. You've got to be a totally silent yes man. And the minute that he says anything, Kassan, she's going to get rid of him. She will divorce him and get rid of him, and you know, and if they've already got it planned, then her treatment will get slowly worse and worse and worse in order to drive him from the property, in order to get him off the property. So her treatment will become slowly worse and worse and nastier, and just make your life uncomfortable. And I'm talking every single day. She will find something to complain about. Every fucking day this person's complaining about fucking something, mate. Or they just ignore you. Just ignore. Just fucking ignore. You can't kiss the person. They turn their face. You can't hug the person. They just fucking... The latest little trick, her latest trick, if you walked up to give her a cuddle, because that's supposed to be your fucking wife, right? Or your girlfriend, right? So when you walk up and give them a cuddle, they freeze. Like that. They freeze solid. So you're trying to hug them. You're nice. They go like that. They freeze. Like, ooh, don't touch me. Ooh, you know, like, oh, look, you're giving me the chills. This is your own fucking person, mate. That's her latest trick. Okay, so that you don't feel comfortable even touching her. Yeah, but your child support's good. Your house is good. The land is good. The citizenship is great. I love living here. But yeah, you've outdone your purpose, mate. You've outdone your fucking warranty, bro. You know, you've lived your purpose. You've lived your purpose. Your purpose was fucking getting here, getting a property, getting it fucking finally in my name, and then getting rid of you. That's fucking it. There you go, man. Yeah, they're waiting for, she's waiting for the reaction in order to get him removed. She'll have him removed, Kassan. It's one phone call, you know, like mine. One phone call, I live in fear. That's it. That's all she had to tell the copper, is I live in fear. You know, I've never laid a hand on this person, man. Like fucking ever. I'm living in a garage. I'm locked out after 8 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock the next morning. This person locks me out of the house. Locks me out of the house. I can't go to the toilet. I can't get a drink. I can't make a fucking coffee. I am in the fucking garage, mate, lodged. And I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. Apparently this person's said, oh no, at night time, you're going to grape me. At night time. So at night time, I need it locked, and then when I get up to go to the toilet in the morning, I'll unlock it for you because I feel safer. So apparently, all men, when it goes dark, they're a grapist until 7 a.m. At 7 a.m., they're fucking sweet. Okay, you can be hanging around them. But between the hours of 8 p.m. and 7 p.m., yeah, they're all grapist. Every man's a grapist. That's the logic that they used. That's the logic they used to lock me out. You know? You're a danger to me. I'm afraid that you're going to come into my room and you're going to do this, and I'm not coming into anybody's fucking room. I said, it's amazing that, that, love, I said to her, you know what the amazing thing is? I said, in 6 years, you've never been in that room. In 6 years, you have never knocked on your own husband's fucking door. Ever. You've never walked in the room. Not a single fucking time. And now you're suddenly in fear, are you? You're in fear of this person, are you? You know what I mean? Like, they go in and they lock their door, mate, in the bedroom. They lock all the doors. Fucking, mate, I've never been in the room ever. Like, fuck that. This bitch knows karate, man. She knows karate. She knows how to fucking really throw a punch. She knows how to give a good kick. Like, I've been kicked quite a few times. I've been elbowed, mate, quite a few times into the chest. And that was during the day. So why in the fuck would I want to go in there at night time? What for? My daughter's asleep, mate. My little daughter's asleep. So just fake and false accusations, man. And they get you into the spare room. I come home from work, mate, and all of my stuff was moved into the spare room. I didn't know what was going on. But apparently I'm going to be more comfortable and sleep better if I'm in the spare room. That's what I was told. So I was moved into the spare room, and that's where I stayed. I think it was the second month we were together, something like that, 2 or 3 months. So even before the honeymoon stage is finished, you're in the spare room. Okay? Honeymoon season's normally 6 to 12 months, where everything after you've just married a person, everything is clockwork. Everything is running along perfectly. The person's all over you. You're shagging. You're fucking sleeping with her. That's the first 6 months. Okay, it's called honeymoon season. And I didn't even get any of that. Like, none at all. So gives a fuck you said hello, mate. Gives a fuck, right? You think you're fucking mad, do you, Johnny? What the fuck, man? Gives a fuck that you said hello, mate. Who cares? Who fucking cares you said hello, you fucking entitled little fucking peon? You come into my chat and I'm talking and I've got to drop everything because you open your fat fucking head? Oh, man, he's in his car in the driveway. Ah, fuck, dude. He's already halfway out the door. And the horrible thing, you better have a word to him if you can, because I want you to remind him, mate, did she ever come out and get you? Did your loving wife, the person that's supposed to love you, did she ever come out and check on you? And the answer will be no. Because while he's in the car, she's going to be nice and comfy in her warm bed in the warm house and on the tippy-tappy with another man. She'll be on the tippy-tappy, mate. She'll be talking to somebody on the internet, on the phone. Oh, I know that's what happened to me. Like, for a fact, I fucking know for a fact. I know for a fact that's what happened to me. While all this shit is going on, mate, mine's tippy-tappying another man. She's fucking tippy-tappying like no tomorrow, mate. She thinks she's met a multi-millionaire that lives in Brisbane. A multi-millionaire has contacted her out of the blue and is telling her how great she is and how devoted he is and fucking how much in love he is and So the entire time that I was going through that, sleeping in the garage and all of that, this person was tippy-tapping. Okay, so while she's got her little flippy flaps fucking opening and closing and all excited about the Gmails and the fucking what she didn't realise, mate, it's a troll. And everything he said is a fucking lie. And he's a fat fuck that lives in Queensland, mate, on Centrelink. He's the fattest, ugliest fuck you could ever look at, bro. And he thought he was sweet, mate. He thought he was so fucking sweet because he put all this time into it, all this effort into the talky tippy tappy, right? But as soon as they did a video call and she's actually looked at him and realised that she's been fucking played, she put him on the block. But still devoted, what, a month of your time? A month of your fucking life, mate? You still devoted to it? Still talked? Tippy-tappy, tippy-tappy, tippy-tappy. They love a tippy-tappy. But very funny when I found out, Gassan. Oh, mate, I laughed and laughed, Gassan. You got no idea, mate. I fucking laughed. Because you know how I found out, don't you? Because he's a fucking troll, you dumb bitch. And the troll has sent me the fucking messages, mate. He sends me the fucking things, right? He's told me everything, mate. He's told me everything. He's told me everything. He said, you know, Chad, he said, I've fucking got to admit to you. He said, I never really liked you. He said, I really, he said, a lot of the things you were saying I was offended at. A lot of the things you're saying I just didn't like because you were, against the woman so much. He said, but as I'm talking to her, the things that she's saying to me turned me off her. Just the things that she was saying about you and about your relationship and about that it just turned me off. And you know what did it for me, Chad? What really signed it for me? I said, what's that? He says, you've got a 4.5-year-old, 5-year-old daughter, and she is telling me that your daughter doesn't want to see you and doesn't want to spend time with you. And, your daughter is telling her mother that she doesn't want to see her dad. And he said, I'm a father. And father comes first. And he said, if you're trying to convince me that a 5-year-old child doesn't want to see their father, then you're fucking insane. You're insane. There is no 5-year-old child out there, Chad, that does not want to see their father. None. Not a single fucking 5-year-old child is going to look at you and go, I don't want to see my father. So she lost me. She completely fucking lost me, mate. I didn't want nothing to do with her. And that's why I came now to speak to you and let you know that I'm fucking sorry, mate. I'm sorry for the way that I was thinking about you and the way that I spoke to you and the way that fucking, until now, until I worked out fucking really, what the fuck happened. Yeah. Swear to God, mate, that's truth. That's the absolute truth. What are you doing in here? Fucking venomized your fucking what's his name? What is it? Tower, isn't it? I blocked your name, eh? Because you're a cunt. So then you come in here with this fucking thing every time, and I still don't block you because you have no power here. Fucking none. The only power you've got is on TikTok, mate, with your fake ass fucking reporting. But over here, you've got no power at all. Fucking none. And I leave you there so that you fucking realise, cunt, that you got no power. Fucking none. Lord Dobby rules, mate. Lord Dobby fucking rules, cunt. Understand? Understand? LordDobbyKing@gmail.com, blokes. PayPal, LordDobbyKing@gmail.com. The Charlie Kirk thing. Let's talk. Let's have a chat. The Charlie Kirk thing, okay? Very, very sad. in front of his wife and children, live, thousands of people in front of him. You know, I hear people cheering for his death. I hear people cheering, mate. They're happy. Those kind of people, mate, are pretty disgraceful in my eyes. A little bit disgraceful in my eyes. It doesn't matter what your opinion is, my opinion is, his opinion is. Doesn't matter what your opinion is. I don't have to agree with you all the time. You don't have to agree with me all the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to get on top of a building and blow your head off. Does it? To these people, it does. To these people. But they're going to blame the far left. They're going to blame the far left Palestinian people. They're going to blame... they're going to push it in that direction. You know, the Palestinian arc. They're going to try and hook it up to the far left. Okay? They're going to try and blame the far left. I've been thinking about it, and I don't think it's got anything to do with them at all. None. I think the whole thing was set up. I think that Mossad have got their hands full deep in it. I think that was a full assassination by a professional, 200 yards sharpshooter with a sharpshooting rifle. That is a professional. The gentleman that they've arrested, apparently they've arrested somebody, right? Mate, I looked at the picture and I looked at him, and you know what I see? I see the Lee Harvey Oswald of 2025. That's what I see. I see the scapegoat. That's not him. That's not him. You know, there's a whole bunch of videos running around of a debate between this radical fucking guy who's basically going crazy and Charlie Kirk. And they're saying that that's the guy that did it. And he's in a debate 3 weeks beforehand. You watch that, and you're trying to tell me that person shot that from 200 yards away? He's got no training. He's a fucking radical teacher who's not even on the college, is not enlisted, that comes on with his megaphone talking. And his own family have said how crazy he is, rah, rah, rah. He's got all of the shit in his room. I agree with you. There's something very strange with this person. But it's not him. It's not him. He's not the shooter. He is the Lee Harvey Oswald of 2025. He's the scapegoat. Okay? You know, I don't agree with I don't have to agree with things. You know, I believe in free opinions, free speech. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. It doesn't mean that we're enemies. You know, it doesn't mean that you need to silence me because you don't like my opinion. So you need to silence me. It didn't come from us. It didn't come from any of the public. It came from a bigger picture. A bigger picture. You see, you know, for ages and ages, Charlie, he was on Israel's side. He spoke up about the G. He spoke up, you know, about everything to do with Ishmael completely. And then he had a meeting with Candace Owens a few months back. And they're really good mates. And he started to turn. I don't know if you know that or not about Charlie, but he started to turn. And he was no longer on their side. He was no longer saying that it's the right thing and they're the chosen ones and all of that. He fucking flipped. He flipped. Okay? He wasn't on their page anymore. That's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous for Ishmael. Because, you know, I watched a few videos. I watched quite a few videos. And his following is very young. You know, it's college age people, right? He's in the colleges, right? He's debating the college people, right? He's trying to awaken whatever in their mind. That age group. That's what would bother Ishmael. Okay? Because that age group covers what would vote and stick up for Ishmael. Normally those people would be on Ishmael's side, right? They're not on Ishmael's side no more. They've had a full G sent to their phone, mate. They've seen it all. They've seen what Ishmael is doing. They've seen what the Zionist regime is doing, the killing machine is doing. They are awake to Bibi's speeches. They no longer listen to Bibi's speeches and believe anything he says. You know, all the videos that you watch on TikTok with Bibi in them, mate, go to the comments section. And you'll find a few there at the top, you know, because they keep them at the top, you know, good on you, free, you know, you're the best, rah, rah. You scroll down a bit, mate, and you get to the real comments, and everybody calls him a fucking, you know, this cunt's got fucking arrest warrants out for him, mate. You know, he's international fucking arrest warrants for genocide. You know, like, this is pretty serious charges, right? So getting back to him and how it ties back, because if you look at the crowd, you look at the thousands of people that were there, and whether you like him or not, he still generated thousands of people to come and see him and to listen to him and to hear him. You know, he has strong words, strong following compared to the woke crowd. You know, the woke crowd are totally different. So that demographic, as it grows up, is no longer going to support Ishmael. Okay, Ishmael is not going to get the support that it had from the generation that's before. Because this generation has had a televised fucking thing to their phone. You know, a full-on genocide to their phone, mate. You know, in 4K. So they're against fucking Ishmael. This generation in the colleges, mate, yeah, they're no fan of Ishmael, mate. They're not. Okay? They call it out, they yell and they scream and they protest, and they're not on Ishmael's side. Okay? And then Charlie comes along and he gets that ear, mate. He gets that power. And he's got those thousands and thousands of college students listening to him. They need to get rid of him. Okay? If he comes out, and what Charlie was saying, some of the things that I've seen him in some of these interviews against Ishmael, which is what he was doing, that's not good. That is going to turn every single person that listens to this guy against Ishmael. It's going to turn them against him. You know, Ishmael invited him, Charlie Kirk, to Ishmael, you know, come here and have a holiday. And Charlie knocked them back. Charlie knocked him back, mate, and said, I'm not coming anywhere near you. One of his private friends put a tweet up, one of his friends, his personal friends, and said that Charlie is terrified that Israel is going to kill him. Terrified. Okay, terrified, because he knows, Charlie knows that his following is what Ishmael needs. They need to get that back on their side. They need to be able to pull at the sway of that public opinion back to them. Make them the victim again. That's why it's getting blamed on the far left. You know, the Palestinian supporters. That's what they'll come out with. They'll come out with he supported Palestine. So it throws the attention from them onto Palestine again and blames Palestine again. You see? And that's what I think it's about. If you look at the videos, there's videos that have come out on TikTok, and they break down the entire thing. Have you seen the two gentlemen in the back of Charlie? Have you seen them standing there? And they don't look like students to me, viewer. They look like undressed soldiers, mate. Military type people with normal t-shirt and shorts on. Have you seen the video where they break down these hand signals that these men are giving out? Because these men are quite clearly giving out the fucking nod, the fucking shake of the elbow, the fucking hit of the chest like that. Like they're really, really, like the army, whatever it was, broke down the signals. He says, this is to show the side is clear. This is to show for maximum where they want him to get hit. And the chest was marked out, and they've got a different marking for the face. And he said, that's the face mark. So they were planning it the whole way along. The whole way along. The whole thing was a setup. Okay? Now, they're hoping that it's going to take the attention from what's happening in GAZA. You can't even say the name on here anymore. Community guidelines and all of that. It's all protected now. You're not allowed to say the G word, GENOICDE. You're not allowed to say that either. So now the eyes have gone from that to the radical left. We've finally caught him. We've caught him. We've got him. We tracked him down. We've got him. He's got the same clothing on that he did while he did the actual shooting. He's still got the same clothing on. Like, it's so fucking precise, and we've got him, right? Mate, I don't think that's him. In my humble, honest Lord Dobby opinion, I think he is the Lee Harvey Oswald of 2025. And he is the scapegoat. He's the one that they can blame. He's the one that they can go, look, he supports Palestine. He's a Palestine supporter, rah, 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 rah. That's what they'll do. They'll turn it all around. You watch. And where all of these college students were thinking about GAZA and what's going on over there and everyone getting necktied and killed and fucking everything else, now they're just going to be thinking about Charlie Kirk. It's taken the complete attention away from anything that Ishmael is going to do for the next 6 months. Nothing will make the news cycle. Nothing. And isn't that perfect? Isn't that just fucking perfect? It's perfect for them, don't you think? What do you think about my hypotheses? Because that is 200 yards away. Sniper rifle with a hand put together rifle. So it's made for the one job, mate. It's made for the person. It's made for that particular shooter. Do you know how far 200 yards away is in the open? And the guy's got a cover above his head. It's not a straight shot, bro. It's a shot where it goes down and goes like that. This is a professional. A totally professional hit. Without any doubt. So unfortunately we lose Charlie. And I feel very sorry for his daughters and his wife, who was in the front row and who witnessed everything. Just terrible for them. I feel so sad for them. I really, really do. I feel very, very sad. He stood up for a lot of the things that you people would gladly give up. You'll give up your guns, you'll give up this, you'll give up that. Or maybe not the guns thing, I don't know. But I'm telling you, man, it's cost you a lot on that day, America. Good or bad, mate, it doesn't matter. No one deserves to die for their opinion, mate. Your opinion should not get you shot. But I don't think it was opinion. I think it was political. I think the whole thing was political, mate. Okay? No, mate, no. You need to go and look at it. No. These are direct signals. Direct signals, they are, I don't know, find the particular video on Tiki if you can, but it breaks it down for you. And the guy, his army, and he's explaining what these hand signals mean. And he said, considering that they're standing directly behind him, the shooter is over there to the right and would be completely visible to the shooter. The hand signals would have been completely visible to him. No, mate, that guy scarpered off the roof. There was video from the streamer, and that shooter is dressed in black. That shooter is dressed in black with a baseball cap on and is running across the roof. That's the real shooter. The other guy is a total patsy, an absolute patsy. The Lee Harvey Oswald of 2025, and has got nothing to do with the actual thing itself. I don't believe so. I was looking at the debate with him, and he did a debate with him, and they're saying that 3 weeks later this guy did the assassination. This is the guy that did it. And if you're trying to tell me that guy climbed on top of a fucking roof and shot 200 yards away with a sniper rifle with an adjustable fucking whatever it's called, the thing, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I really don't. So that's what I think. It was a big fucking setup, and because he got too popular. He got too popular, man. Have a look at the crowd. You've got thousands and thousands of fucking people that turned up to see him. Thousands. Okay? Entire campuses fucking, like, no, man, that's way too popular. Now, if he comes out and says that I no longer support Ishmael and that, what's happening over there is wrong, and that's what he was coming out and saying. He was actually coming out and saying that. I find it very mysterious that Netanyahu and Trump tweeted at the exact same fucking time, 3:02 p.m. Exactly the same time, both of them. They tweeted their condolences. When do you ever fucking have two governments from across the world tweeting at exactly the same time? 3:02 p.m. So they're both onto it, mate. The president and him, both onto it, mate. Both onto it, okay? So no, I think it's a bigger picture. It's like the buildings. How did Building 7 go down? Oh, it just fucking fell. It just fell. What do you want? The vibrations from the other buildings knocked it down. Doesn't that make sense to you? That you're fucking stupid or something? Like that's how they talk to you. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the same fucking, you know. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he called it. Yeah, he actually um, put a tweet out and said that he's told his friend, one of his best friends, and his best friend or something went on the tweet. I don't know what it's called, a tweet. I don't know what that is, but he went and put a tweet up and said that I'm the best friend of, and he is absolutely petrified that Israel are going to ectate him, are going to assassinate him. That was weeks and weeks beforehand, but apparently he lived in terror. And then Bibi wanted him to come to Israel, wanted him to come for a holiday, and Charlie's knocked him back. Yeah, Bibi's not going to like that. Okay, he's not going to like that. He's going to take that as an offence. He's going to take that you must be Hamas now because you don't want to come here. So he wants to pull you over. He wants you to come back to Israel to pull you back into the crowd, to make you a friend again of Israel. All right? Charlie didn't want to go back. He said no. He knocked him back and said, "I'm not going." So that's why after that he was terrified, because he knows that Bibi doesn't play that way. Okay? You've got to be on his side or you are Hamas or Hezbollah. That's how he regards it. You're either with him or you're with them. Even though you don't want nothing to do with him, it doesn't matter. But you become an enemy real quick to Bibi. Okay? And I think it was planned. I think it was executed. And I think, they did it deliberately. Okay? It's not just some radical guy that woke up in the morning and got offended 3 weeks ago, decides to go out and buy a long range fucking high powered fucking buy the telescopic fucking thing to go to a university 3 weeks later and try and ectate a guy from the roof. Okay? It just doesn't make. Yeah, I'm sorry, no, the guy's a scapegoat. The guy is Lee Harvey Oswald of the 2025. All right? And the real guy is gone. The real guy has probably already left the country. He's probably already gone by now. So. Fucking power, mate. Anyway, take it easy, boys. Stay happy, healthy, and well always. Okay? You've heard my thing, my estimate about it. You can have a think about what I've said. If you watch some of the videos, you'll see what I've said, man, and it just makes a little bit more sense than You know, what they'll claim it's the radical left and the Palestinian person or something like that. That's what they'll claim, okay? They need to turn the attention from Gaza, back into sympathy for Israel, okay? They need to turn that victimhood back up again because they're losing, mate. They're losing the propaganda war. They're losing the fucking war where these ministers and reporters go out and do interviews and tell us how, it's their fault. It's their fault that we have to kill them. It's their fault. I'm blaming them. I feel so bad that I had to kill their children. That's one of their fucking own quotes, mate, from one of their generals. I feel really bad that I have to kill their children. So you get blamed for him killing you. That's their mindset, you see. So that's how they believe, mate. That's how they believe. So I honestly think they took him down for those reasons. He had become too popular to the voting age of what is not Israel supporters. These people do not support Israel, mate. Okay, you've got too many Palestinian flags, too many protests on the university, too many, they're not liking Israel. So Israel needs to change that, you see. Doesn't like that at all. Because when these people get older, who's going to give them any money? They may wake up. They may say that we don't want nothing to do with Israel. And that if you fucking help Israel, we're not going to vote for you anymore. And then the politician will have to change. Because he's going to go to Israel and go, well, I'm no good to you if I'm not in power. Like if I get voted out, how am I any power to you? So the only way it's going to change is through that system where you're actually threatening the person you're voting for and saying, you support them and we don't support you. We're going to vote you out. And they'll vote someone in that's against Ishmael. You see? It's against the support, against the fucking thing, against what's going on. And they come out with new laws against Ishmael. Ishmael thinks of everything, mate. He thinks 10 steps ahead. And he cannot take that chance, mate. He can't. He needs that demographic to vote for him. He needs that demographic to give their money over, mate, in the future. He's got, what, $5 billion a year? That's what he gets in aid. So, if these people start voting against the fucking and disliking and protesting what's going on, then that's going to make it harder for him to get his money and for him to get the armaments and support that he needs. Because without America, Israel doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It has no fucking power at all without America. America's the one that does and funds everything. So if America walked away and the politicians said to Israel, we don't want nothing more to do with this, okay, it's getting all beyond, because Israel's not going to stop. They're going to bomb Yemen, Lebanon, Syria. They're going to fucking bomb everybody. Everybody. Israel is so comfortable, man, that they fly to another country and kill another country's government while they're in the government. In another country. They just decide to get in the plane and let's go and bomb another country. And there's no accountability for it. Who's going to, no one. No one's going to do shit. And that's what Israel knows, you see? And that's why Charlie had to go. The Greater Israel Plan, the Greater Israel Project will sacrifice anybody in order to achieve it, okay, in order to get what they need. So those white liberals, youngsters, the university people, the white liberals there, and all those woke people that are suddenly protesting against Israel are now an enemy. You see, Israel regards them as an enemy. We need to change that. We need to get that demographic back on side. And how can we do that when we've got this guy talking so much smack? Okay? So they had to knock him off, mate. They knocked him off. Okay? They knocked him off. All right? And then they'll blame the far left or whatever it is. I don't even know if it's far left, far right. I got fucking no idea. It's one of those sides. Everyone's too busy blaming left and right when really you should be just looking up and blaming what's up. Okay? Because we're normal people. We don't have left and right, mate. We just have up and down. Okay? Down is where we are. Up is where all these fucking politicians and millionaires are. And all we have is up and down. The left and right politics is just to divide you. It's just to tear the public apart, keep the opinions different, have them fighting each other. But in reality, the government has barbecues together, mate. The government agrees on everything together with the other side in order to get laws against you. Both parties come to the agreement. Both parties come to the agreement when there's a pay rise and they've got to vote for it. Oh, they don't argue for that. They fucking run in the chamber for that. You know, I mean, these dogs are on fucking $500,000 a year, mate. Our Prime Minister's on nearly 900,000 a fucking year or some shit. 800,000 a year or something like that our Prime Minister is on. That's his wages. Okay? So, you know, they don't give a fuck, mate. Politics doesn't exist. It's a fake paradigm. It's a false paradigm. It's a slave paradigm, a slave mentality paradigm, where you think you're doing something when you go there and vote. You know, you think it actually matters, when in reality, both sides are the same. Both sides work for the same people, and it doesn't matter who's in power. It's just, you know, one of us has got to be in power, you know, and we'll get it next time. But we're in power. All of us are in power. That's the whole idea. They're still in power. All of them have got their money. All of them have got their seats, you know. And if you don't go along with the government, especially in Australia, if you're a new senator and you've got an opinion, you've got something that differs from what they're saying, they are going to get rid of you. They're going to get rid of you. They'll get you fired. They'll get you fucking asked out, voted out, whatever you want to call it. But they're going to get rid of you because you don't follow the paradigm. You're not following the story. Okay? Voting means nothing. Absolutely nothing. It does nothing. I don't know what the fuck you do it for. You're wasting your time. It's meaningless. It really is, because all of them need to go. All of them need to go. And the only reason you do it is because you face a fine. It's like a $300 fine now. It used to be a $100 fine. Now it's $300 fine. Yeah? And that's why you do it, because you're under threat. You know, you feel threatened if you don't go. So that's why. You go and do it. You go and put a vote in. Yeah, I see what's happening in the US. How can you not see what's happening in the US? Well, the event protest in the UK. It's too late. It's too late for them. That's why they're protesting, because they realise it's too late. They can protest all they fucking want. It's not going to change a goddamn thing. Nothing. Okay? They have no political power. None of these people. None of them. They don't have any political power. The political power is with the Muslim. They're all council members, mayors are all Muslim. So whatever the fuck you're protesting about won't mean a goddamn thing. Nothing. Nothing to them at all. They're just going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you, and they're going to cancel Christmas. Oh, fucking Christmas is cancelled. Easter is cancelled. Everything is cancelled except for Ramadan. It won't matter. It won't matter. There's no political power. And it's too late. It's too late. You've handed the entire place over to them. You have handed it to them. You have imported fucking millions of these people. Millions. Millions. And illegals. Totally illegal. And if you think, if the men go and do a few grapes here and there and grab a few things here and there, if you think the mayors are going to do anything or the council members are going to do anything, they're not going to do anything at all. They're going to protect them. They're going to protect them. That's what they're going to do. So I would expect your crime to increase and go through the roof. Expect grape to go through the roof, because they have no standards at all, mate. from, say, the age of 9. Yeah, from the age of 9. Have you seen that horrific video, mate, of that father? You seen that horrific video? I think it was in Scotland or something. And he was walking with his daughter, and he turned around and his daughter's gone. You know, he got busy for a minute or something like that. He was doing something or whatever. Suddenly he hears his daughter screaming, like she's in pain, screaming. And he could tell that it was his daughter. And it was coming from this house. So he starts banging on the fucking door. It's on live, mate. It's on the video. And he starts banging on the door. And the guy's going, no, go away. So he said, you open the door, I'm going to kick it fucking in. I'm going to kick the door in. That's my daughter. Rah, rah, open the door up, right? He goes in, mate. His daughter's fucking stripped down. Stripped down, mate. A fucking child. And red everywhere. This fucking animal, mate. This fucking animal. Grown-ass fucking man. And she's, what, 12? Fucking 11. Something like that. And that is what he witnessed his daughter, happening to his daughter. So it was lucky that he got into the house. It was lucky that he rescued her. It was lucky that he heard her screaming. Because that's this fucking animal penetrating her as a child. And I've got no fucking idea what even you would get attracted to, what the fuck would be attracted for at all. It baffles me. But these are fucking animals. They're animals that follow an ideology that fucking says it's acceptable. It's acceptable where he came from, mate. It's culturally acceptable. You know, they're not allowed to dress like that. You know, he'll blame the father and the child. You know, she enticed me. She enticed me the way she was dressed. You know, she enticed me. That's how they answer it, mate. They say that the child enticed them. It's the child's fault. You know, it's against their culture. It was sick. It was a sick, sick moment to see this poor child this way. There's plenty of things in TikTok, mate. You can look up child brides. You can look up videos that are just will show you child brides. Okay, 9 years old marrying 58-year-old with a fucking beard. Some camel herder in fucking Afghanistan somewhere. Some fucking Bible, ideology following fucking, and of course his name's Muhammad. Okay, they're all called Muhammad, mate. All of them are. Every fucking one of them are called Muhammad. Okay? So you don't have to guess his name, because they're all called Muhammad. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal if you are helping an old bloke out, if you don't mind. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal. That goes direct to me. I appreciate you. Someone's sending me a message. Oh, we got fucking no battery. No battery. What's going on? Why can't this thing fucking work, mate? Still can't get it to work. Alright, what do I got to do here? Just fucking leave it flat for a minute. Damn. Charles Barker, mate. I'm pretty easy to find. You can send a picture to the Gmail, mate. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com. That's my Gmail. You're welcome to send me messages, guys, or if you've got an opinion or something like that. But that's my personal Gmail account, the same as PayPal. Okay, you just put it into your Gmail, and it'll send me the messages or pictures or whatever of whatever you want. Happy to read any stories if there's something to share with the boys. I'm happy to share it. I know that all of the stuff that I've been going through, mate, has really affected me. Like on a personal fucking thing. I find it hard to sleep. I don't eat much. I've eaten. I had a bacon and egg sandwich this morning. That's all I've had. I've had a bacon and egg sandwich this morning, and I've just got no fucking hunger at all, mate. None. My head feels fucking numb. My brain feels numb. I um I don't know how I'm gonna like get over it, stop thinking about it. Rah rah. I just simply can't. I can't. I'm so upset how like you do everything legally, you do everything properly, you do everything that you're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, it can be taken away from you based on fucking lies and made up stories that did not happen, and you can lose your daughter, you can lose your children based on her lies with no evidence, no supporting documents, paperwork, no orders, absolutely nothing but you're this, you're that, you've got a DV order, you've got an AVO order, you've got allegations, you've got charges pending. Mate, I haven't got any of that. I've got none of that, boys. I've never been charged with anything like that. The trolls would have a fucking field day. The trolls, because they make videos out of that shit. I mean, if you know what I mean, if they was charges or I'm due for court, the fucking trolls tell me before I even go to court. The trolls put a video up telling me what date your court case is. Fucking, I didn't even know what fucking day it was, mate. The trolls would make a video and tell me. Like, 'cause it's public knowledge. It's public knowledge. If you're charged with something and you go into court, it's public fucking knowledge in here. All you'd have to do is go to the fucking justice. I don't know how you do it, and put my name in, I think. I'm not sure. But you can look up cases made in Australia like anywhere else in the world. And I'm not up for. The boys know that I've never done anything, mate. I don't have any of those kind of charges. Never been in any trouble in any way. And if I did, it was years and years ago, and that should have nothing to do with me being a father. Nothing to do. That's the other thing. It's based on your police record. Your police record, the family report, and the aiding and caring report. And they'll rely on the family report. And I thought to myself, so you don't rely on the two reports that are good, the two reports that say that we had a great visit, the two reports that say that, I've got a letter from my psychiatric person that says he'd be a good father. He's good for his children. I've got a letter that says that. Yeah, well, forget that. Yeah, forget that. That doesn't work. We've got another letter that says that you should never see your children again. So we're going to stick with that. We've got this one over here. Well, we won't worry about that one because that one says that you had a good time and a good visit and your daughter wants to see you and she loves you and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, we'll forget that. Yeah, we're not going to use that. We're going to use this one over here. You see, they look for any reason, any fucking reason at all for you to lose, boys. Any reason at all. They've just got to find one. Okay? It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? I only hope you can find love. I hope you do, boys. Trying to get some power into the phone, man. I'm not doing a very good job. Mate, I can't wait for tomorrow. Crawford versus Canelo. Crawford versus Canelo, mate. It's going to be legendary, man. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good fight. I can't wait, man. I really can't. I look forward to the fight tomorrow. I look forward to finding it on TikTok. I imagine it'll be on TikTok somewhere. But I think it'll be a good fight, Canelo versus Crawford, man. I don't think it's going to be a walkover for either of them. I think it's going to be. So, she's nearly 10. Should be 10 in December, in November. The 11th month of November. She'll be 10. We haven't seen her since she was 5. Okay, that's the last time we seen her. Um, we had a really good visit. My aiding and caring report is wonderful, and it showed that my daughter loves me and wants to see her dad. And it was incredibly hard on the day, because we didn't want to leave each other. My daughter didn't want to leave, mate. Okay, that's the truth. She honestly didn't. She didn't go running away from me because I'm a bad dad. She was crying a little bit. She was upset because the person that was supervising me told her that she promises that you'll see your dad again and I'll organize another visit for you. And this is not the only time you'll see your dad, okay? And they had to like persuade her to get her to go with them, back to her mum. And it's the drop off that's the most important part. It's the child getting out of the car to the front door. It's the reaction of the mother. It's the words that were spoken between the child. That person writes down everything, everything. Okay, and it's fucking sad. It's sad. You've got a little girl that wants to be in her father's life, wants to be in her mum's life. She's apologizing for me. And she says that dad said he's really, really sorry. He's really, really sorry. Can he come home now? Can he come home? Like she's asking her. I'm such a bad guy, yeah? Such a bad father. So it was very sad, mate. And that's why she cancelled all contact. She cancelled them. She phoned the contact centre up and made a complaint against them after the report. She made a complaint and refused to use them again. Refused to use them. Said, I'm not going back there. She wants a report where it says that I'm a bad guy. That's what she needs. She doesn't want a report that says I'm a good dad and we had a good time together and your daughter loves you and all that kind of thing. She doesn't want that. So they were cancelled after that. My visits were cancelled. She decided to, so I sent the Frankston Contact Centre, which is free, and I sent her the envelopes to fill out the information, which is part of the court order, and they're sent back to you. They're just ignored. They'll come back as empty envelopes. So the person's taken the paperwork out, sealed them back up and sent them back. Or she just sends back the envelope. So no paperwork inside. I sent 6 times. 6. She's not going to fill anything out. It's just not going to happen. They have no intentions of you seeing your child ever. None. None at all. And they have a lot of gall. Women have a lot of gall. Even when I was with the person, I was sitting there watching TV. I'll never fucking forget it, viewer. I'll never ever forget the things. And I'm sitting there watching TV just like a normal fucking bloke. The person that loves me is just sitting right there, right? And my child's playing on the floor. And I'm watching my child play. And I said to her, I can't wait for her to get older and I can take her to school and pick her up and stuff like that from school and that. It's going to be great. And I looked back at the television and I could hear her saying, you're not going to be here when she's in school. You said it directly to me and you thought I was fucking stupid. Like they'll say it directly. They have plans, man. Plans, brother. The planning is full on. Already planning back then to get rid of you by the time the child is in school. Okay? You're not doing anything wrong. You haven't abused anybody or yelled at anybody. You're just sitting there watching fucking TV, mate. You haven't done anything wrong. And this person just drops it, mate, because they don't think you're listening, you see. They don't think, because I pretended I didn't hear, but I fucking heard. I didn't, I didn't know what to fucking do. Because I know if I say anything, she's just going to argue more back at me and blame me. It's going to be my fault. It's just not worth arguing. It's not worth mentioning, really. Let her fucking, because you're just going to get in. It's going to be your fault. It's always my fault. Whatever the fuck it is, it's going to be turned around as my fault. So there's no good questioning it. But I was told that straight to my back. So they're pretty. They've got a lot of gall, mate. A lot of balls. Yeah, because they've got a lot of power, mate. Once those toes close up, mate, that's it. Once the toes get fucking closed, they've got all the power, you see. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, that's a promise. That's facts, real shit. So plenty of chances to realise what's going on. You will be given chances, gentlemen. You either wake up or you don't. You either realise what has been said to you or you don't. And it's real simple, and you can clock it up. You could put it into your book and put a little strike next door to it. But this is a part of a bigger picture, okay? Because I wasn't moved into the spare room at that time. I was still sleeping in the room. I brushed it off. Yeah, to keep the peace. I didn't question it at all. Just brushed it off. Because, a bit of joy would be nice. A bit of a shagging would be good. Okay, because there's been none of that. I've never been with a person that has preserved themselves so well. Preserve themselves. Like, don't do anything. Don't just, yeah, nah. That's for the next guy. That's for the next one, Just preserve themselves, man, at all times. Give it up only when you have to. Only when you have to. You should be, when gentlemen, these young blokes on TikTok, you see them on TikTok, and they're like, I wish I had a girl, and I wish I could get married, and I wish I could meet someone. Mate, they've got no fucking idea, bro. They are going to get churned out, bro. They're going to get chewed up and fucking churned out, mate, let me tell you. They have got no idea of what's fucking in front of them, mate. None. They're in this Disneyland thing, they're going to meet a good girl and everything is different for me and she's special. That's not going to happen to me. And mate, we've got 80% divorce rate now, initiated by women, 80%. Those are just facts. So, the nice person in front of you, when they say that they love you, how much they love you and how much they'll always be together and how much, we'll never be apart, you'll always be I'll always love you, we'll always be together, and the famous last words, don't you trust me? Mate, if you hear a chick tell you that, fucking trust me, mate. Whatever the fuck she's talking about, the bitch is out to rob you. She's fucking out to rob you, bro. Anytime a fucking bitch has got to tell you, fucking, don't you trust me, that's to get you on side, mate. You're fucking doomed, mate. You are fucking doomed, mate. If a fucking bitch ever says to you, I've got a good business opportunity, why don't you invest in this? Yeah, the bitch is fucking, mate, got fucking plans, brother. Yeah, you're not in part of the fucking plans, mate. So what I'm telling you is when they tell you these kind of things, put for now. Whenever they say to you, I love you, put in your mind, put for now. We'll always be together for now. You'll always love me for now. For now. Don't ever tell yourself that it's forever. Don't ever fucking tell yourself it's forever when it comes to a woman. Because it's fucking not. You've got 80% divorce rate, okay? Once those boxes are ticked, the house is in her name, the car is in her name, there's a nice little healthy bank account there, and the mortgage is just being paid, yeah, your ass is gone. Your ass is fucking out of there. Then they make a phone call to brother government, the big brother government, and big brother government puts them straight on the single parent payment, and she's just got a huge injection of fucking cash. Fucking $5,000. A huge injection, mate. Bang. Straight into a bank account. She got rid of you 2 days ago. So she's been incentivized, being paid to fucking get rid of you. Single parent payment, mate. Yeah, huge. Huge. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to get a job or anything like that. You just get that money automatically. And then back then there was a child payment. I think there used to be a $5,000 child payment. You know, if you had a new baby, they give you 5 Gs. So a huge fucking incentive, man. You got no idea. A huge fucking incentive to get rid of you. And I don't know. I used to say to my chick, you know, like she was really pretty. I found her, you know, sometimes she was really pretty, like comes out in a nice dress or something like that, or has her makeup done or whatever. And I'd say, geez, you look pretty today. And she goes, I know. Like they're such a fucking queen, mate. They're so perfect. You know, they don't even take the compliment. They go, I know. Like, how pathetic are you, mate? How fucking pathetic are you? You know what I mean? Like, there's no accountability. It's, I know. I'm just so pretty. I'm just, you know, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I got a lot of. I got a lot of, I know. You know, so, you know, like, you think you're so fucking hot. You know, you think you're just an absolute fucking model, right? You think you're a perfect 10, you know? When you look in the mirror, it fucking sings to you. You know, you don't see reality, you know? You know what I mean? But they'll look at you and call you fat, old and ugly. Oh, mate, don't worry about that. They've got plenty of judgment for you because you're a man. So, oh, look, you got a bit of a tummy? Oh, you're fat. You know? Look, you're getting a bit older. You're getting old now. Old, fat and ugly. That's what I got called. That's what I got called until I put my foot down. You know, when I got out of the shower, I was weighed. The person would stand there and have a weight machine when I got out of the fucking shower, and fucking the bitch is weighing me. She's weighing me, boys. And then the next night she's there again and she weighs me again. And then she tells me, look how much weight you've gained. Look how fat you're getting. That's how your wife will talk to you. That's how she'll treat you. You know? Yeah, she doesn't like fat cunts. You know, apparently she's not fat. Women aren't fat. They're not fat, mate. They're just big boned. They're not fat. You know, you're fat. Okay? They're not fat. How dare you? You know, they're a perfect 10. Yeah? I said to her one night, why don't you weigh yourself? You know, and then tomorrow we'll weigh you and see how much you've weighed. Oh, no, I weighed myself beforehand. I already know. I'm just concerned about you. So we'll just get your weight done today. Yeah. It's a real loving fucking generation of women that we have. Like real loving. Yeah. And you haven't known this woman for years and years, man. You've just gotten together with her. You're not a fucking 10 years down the track. You're just a couple of years in. And this person's fucking calling you old, fat and ugly. She weighs you as you get out of the shower to embarrass you. There's no shagging. There's no nothing, mate. You know, you gotta be careful of these women, man. They're fucking, some of them are just evil, bro. They'll use you for what they can get. And then they cast you on the side and get rid of you. They just use you for what they can get. Fuck Israel, you fucking dog rat. Fuck Israel, fuck you, and fuck your flag. How's that for you, you fucking rat? Fuck alone for us men. Yeah, man, we're done. Men are done. Men are done, man. Men are done. A lot of men are just checked out. A lot of men cannot be fucking bothered with them, mate. We cannot be bothered with them. We can't be bothered with their attitude, their questioning, their just fucking nothing. There's a lot of men that I know, a lot of young men that are just fucking not putting up with their bullshit at all. At all. Okay? So there's a lot of wake up out there. And the rich ones, they're putting it in their mum's name. They're not stupid, mate. If they've got something to lose, they'll put it in their mum's name and not tell her. That they're not that stupid to actually tell the woman that. Tell her after you've been married and watch her how quick she wants a divorce. Because the house isn't in your name. She can't claim it. She can't claim your property. It's not in your name. It's in your mum's name. And you just live there. You pay her rent. Yeah, they can't take the house. And watch how quick she divorces you. Because there's no financial gain. You know, women don't get married, man, because they fucking love you. You know, they might, I mean, don't get me wrong, some do, okay? But majoritively, they fucking don't. They are in love with what you can provide and what you've got, what you can do in the future. That's what they're in love with. They're in love with your lifestyle, your fucking money, your Corvette parked out the front with your fucking townhouse. That's what they're in love with. Yeah? They're not in love with the man. They're in love with the paper. And that's what they come to claim. That's what they come to claim. They're not interested in leaving empty-handed. No woman leaves a relationship empty-handed. None of them do. They make sure they get paid. They make sure of it. Okay? They fucking do. And I don't care if it's you paying a bill, you buying the shoes, whatever it is, man. But they will get their payment. They don't do shit for free. If you think you're gonna find a chick who's got her own joint and you can go over there and stay there and you can stay a few nights or whatever like that, yeah, that might happen once or twice, but after that you're gonna get called for rent. You're gonna get called for a payment. It doesn't happen. I used to move chicks in, man, because I was pretty wealthy when I was young, and I used to just move chicks in. I don't care. They can fucking stay Monday to Friday and go home on the weekend, or stay for the weekend and go home during the week. You know, they've got a job. But I never let them move them in. You know, only 2 or 3 girls that I lived with, mate, and they all cheat. They all lie. They'll lie straight to your face, and they will cheat on you, man. They will 100% cheat. I never met I think I met 1 or 2 loyal girls in my entire, or 3, the last fucking, but anyway, she's not loyal, mate, because while you're in the garage, she's on tippy-tappy with a millionaire. So they're not loyal, man. They're not loyal, okay? While you're in the spare room, mate, this one's tippy-tappying to someone else. And that's supposed to be yours. You know, you're in your house, you're in your own, you're in your property, rah rah. It's not yours. They're not yours. Nothing is yours. It's all hers. Okay? All of it is hers. They're planning, man. It's all based on feelings. Yeah, you might be sweet one day. You've done everything correct. You know, you've ticked all of her boxes. You know, she's happy with you. It only takes one gesture. It only takes one thing that you say. And, you know, when she gets upset, she knows that you're going to suck up her ass and trying to make better. And so she knows she's got power. You see? So why would she want to give up her power when she gets it through complaining or being upset, or you know, because when they start ignoring you, you're like, what's wrong? Why are you ignoring me? I'm not ignoring you, and they just keep ignoring you. You know, the next day comes along, and the next day comes along. It's the same fucking thing. I totally ignore. Okay? Now, apparently you're upset about something that happened 3 fucking weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. And you want to fucking play the ignore game for what, nearly a month? Like nearly a month. Like, fuck's sake, mate. No, that's power. That is fucking power. You know, that's the kind of ignore game where you try and like make up with her. You walk up beside her, hi, hon, how are you? I love you. Give her a kiss and she turns her face. Or you walk up and try to put your hand around her waist and she gives you the good elbow into the ribs. Oh, fucking what an elbow, bro. The girl should be a fucking MMA fighter. Like, seriously. And the kicks and the elbows and the knees and the donkey kick. The donkey kick with this woman should be an Olympic sport, okay? She can hit the ball bag from fucking 4 feet away, mate. All right, perfect aim. Doesn't miss the ball, mate. Gets both sides. Okay, everything is hit. You know, Olympic fucking standard, mate, of quality here. So you learn not to even touch her. You learn not even to put your arm around her. You know, she's teaching you that. You don't learn it. She's teaching you that. And she's doing that deliberately to you. Okay? That's fucking abuse, mate. That's mind abuse, fucking body abuse. But when a woman does it, it's not abuse. It's not abuse when a woman does it. It's called empowering. She's empowered. It's only abuse if a man does it. If a man does any of the things that I've just mentioned to you, then he's an abuser. It doesn't qualify for a woman. It's not the same. They are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want, say whatever they want, treat you any way they want. And the only abuse is your response. Your response to that is regarded as abuse. And even if you're able to get your point across like a gentleman, you're not yelling or screaming, you are a gentleman, you're getting your point across, you know that you are in the correct, then she will complain about tone of voice. Your tone of voice is offending me. It's aggressive. I'm feeling scared. They get you on tone of voice, not just what you say. Well, I live in Australia, and that's the fucking laws here, buddy. That's the laws here. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it. It's how you say it. These fucking bitches have got it worked out for men, mate, where you can't even open your fucking mouth without making sure that what you say is not going to offend her, is not going to upset her, to make sure that she is going to be all right with whatever you say. That's what they teach you in the men's behaviour course. It doesn't apply to women. They can say and do whatever they want. You're not allowed to do that. Okay? So make sure you realize that you can get in trouble just for tone of voice. Not what you say. It's how you say it. They're offended at how you say it. Okay? Mate, they're not worth fucking talking to. They're not worth looking at. They're not worth trying to chat up. What the fuck, mate? You may as well just go and have a wank into a fucking tissue, throw it into the fucking bin, because that's the only fucking value they've got. That's it. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't fucking talk to you. When you want, try and have a conversation with a fucking one of these strong, independent women. It's yes, no, maybe, whenever. There are one-word answers only. And you'll be lucky if she looks up from her phone when she's talking to you. Okay? That's facts. They're always a victim, man. They're always a victim. Aren't you glad it's his ex? Okay? You must give your... Is it your brother you said? Well, yeah, mate, just give your brother a hug. Just give him a fucking hug. Mate, it's your ex. Oh, I fucking love it, brother. It's your ex, mate. You don't have to look at a fucking whale, brother, every time you get in there. Those smelly fucking fishy fucking flaps, mate. With those big hairy fucking legs, bro, that never get shaved. Like fucking, you don't have to deal with that shit no more. Let some other fucking bloke believe how much they love you. That's the amazing part I laugh at, right? Is because they meet another bloke and they get told the same bullshit that you got told. They get the same fucking story, man. Oh, I love you so much. We'll always be together. I love you so much. They're like, I'm going to be the best girlfriend for you. I'm going to be the best woman in your life. Like, they promise the fucking world. They promise it all, man. But you and I both know they always go back to their same original flavour. They always do. They're never happy. It wouldn't matter the size of the house, how big your bank account is. It wouldn't matter how happy you are. There is going to be something that she is not happy with. Okay? They're never happy. Multi-billionaires, mate. Sportsmen. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt couldn't keep a fucking woman. Brad Pitt couldn't keep a woman. God himself could not keep a woman fucking happy, mate. God himself. He puts the Adam and the Eve on this beautiful fucking planet, mate, with nothing that they ever need. All they need to look over is they've got all the food, they've got all the shelter, they've got an entire paradise. And there's one tree that he says, don't eat this tree. What does the bitch do? She goes and fucking eats the tree, mate, because she's bored. She's fucking bored, mate. So she goes and eats the red fucking apple, mate. And not only that, because she's a poisonous fucking bitch, she then goes and gives it to Adam, mate, to poison him. Even God could not keep a woman fucking happy. Don't you understand, boys? Even God. Even God. You know, like Adam's looked over and says, oh, you know, this is a really great place. You know, it's really good. You know, we've got everything we need. You know, everything is here. You know, we don't have to worry about anything. We don't die. We don't get sick. You know, he looks over at her and she says, yeah, but there's something more. You know, there's something more. You know, there's something more. There's fucking something more, you know? Like fucking these bitches can never be fucking happy, bro. They can never be fucking happy. It doesn't matter how many men they meet and how many divorces they have and how many houses they take and fucking rob off men, how many children they take away from fathers, they are not going to be fucking happy. There is always something for them to complain about. And it is going to be your fault. It is your fault, gentlemen, whatever is wrong in her life, whatever she's unhappy with, whatever she's not wanting, then you haven't given to her. It's your fault. It's your fault. I've really woken up to that. I've woken, you know, like full steam up to this shit, dude. I think after receiving a letter, you know, that says that, you know, they're recommending that my daughter has no contact with me. My daughter has no contact with me. You know, a legal letter, you know, and, you know, they've had to think about it and they've, you know, in their professional title and job thing, and they feel that I should never see my daughter again. And you don't even know this person. You've had one 45-minute meeting. You spent your entire time defending yourself against fake accusations. You never got asked any questions really about your relationship with your daughter. But here you are being told that you are this and you're this and you're this and you did this wrong, you've done that wrong. And you haven't done any of that at all. None of it. It's all bullshit. I haven't done any of that. And I'm not going to stand here and let you keep repeating the same thing to me. And it's not true. All right, I'm getting a little bit arky with it, miss. Okay? So if you want to come at me, that's great. What proof have you got? Okay? Because in my world, I need proof. I need paperwork, miss. Okay, you can't just come at me telling me that I've got a DV order, DV charges, a DV investigation and a current AVO, and you've got no paperwork and you're sitting there telling me that I'm a liar. You're there telling me I'm a liar and you're the professional and you have no paperwork. Fucking none. But you sat there telling an innocent man that he has this, this, and this. And at the end of that, in your professional opinion, because you're so professional, you've said to the court that he should never see his father again. Based on those words. And apparently there's nothing that overwrites that gentleman. So my ex-wife basically wins, mate, by just ignoring the court order completely Absolutely ignore it. When we go back to court, just create more things to accuse. Anything you can think of. The last one was slapping Echo. Slapping Echo, viewer. A 5-year-old. You and I both know that's just not, it's disgusting and abhorrent to me to even answer to it. To even give it power is abhorrent and ugly to me. But that's what I'm accused of. And I told my lawyer, every time, in case you haven't noticed, miss, it's just accuse. She said, I've noticed. She said, I really have, Mr. Barker. It's just accuse, accuse, accuse. And I said, the storylines. I said, there's a new story every time. A storyline that has never been brought up in 3.5 years, 4 years. Now I'm doing this to my daughter, doing that to my daughter. You'd think that would be the first thing you complain about. So they asked her that, and then they go and ask my daughter that, and my daughter says he took a dress from me. I don't remember what she's talking about, honestly, but she was upset that I took a dress. Okay, she's not upset that I'm beating the shit out of her, because that's what the mum has said. There's no mention of that. There's a mention of a dress. And I said to my lawyer, I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't, a 5-year-old wearing a dress anyway. But I don't remember that incident. And it's certainly not, that wouldn't be a reason to lose your daughter, because you didn't allow her to wear a dress. There's no mention of what I've been accused of doing to the child. There's no mention of that. So I don't know, man. Nowadays I'm fucked. I'm hung. I'm a hung man. Drawn, quartered, hung. Just waiting for the court date. Waiting for the court date to get called in and get absolutely hammered. Totally believed. All of this shit will be believed. All of these things will be believed. No proof is needed. No videos, no charges, no orders. But you'll be told that you have all of these things. Like it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling when you're in court and they accuse you of having, a DV and an AVO, and you're in fucking court and they ain't got no paperwork. But they'll sit there saying, yes, you do have it. You're lying, Mr. Barker. You're lying to me. I got called a liar at the report. I got called a liar fucking so many times. I really did. I got the shits with it, man. I got really upset with it. Because there was nothing worse than fucking after 3 years and I waited 5 months to come and see her, and I come in and you're just accusing me. Just non-stop accuse, and of fairy tale stuff that doesn't happen. It didn't happen. I don't have any of these things that you're talking about. I'm just a fucking normal dad who wants to have a relationship with their daughter. I've done everything legal, man. Everything legit. You boys should be proud of me. My channel should be proud of me, because I never fucking gave up on my daughter. I never gave up for a second. I've done all the paperwork, all the filing, all the fucking reports, all of their courses, all of their psychological fucking analysis of me. I went through all of it. And at the end of the day, I get taken down by a professional who's been listening to absolute fucking rubbish. I get my daughter taken from me based on fucking lies. Things that didn't happen. Right? It's a lot for me to fucking... There was no point in doing anything that I've done. Everything that I've done, I feel, was just wasted, man. I feel those years that I spent, doing the courses and all the things that I did, they mean nothing. They're fucking bullshit, valueless boxes to tick, just to keep you busy, to give you a job. and to break your family unit up. And you can't see your daughter until you've done all of these things and proven to the court how much you love your daughter. You haven't seen your daughter, man. And then when it finally gets to the report writer, all it takes is her. It just takes her saying to the court, he should never see his daughter again. And that's it. That's it. So everything you've been through is valueless. It means nothing. It has no credit to you at all. Because the family report writer has believed that you've got all of these DVs and orders and you've hurt her and you've bashed your daughter and like all of this stuff that's just fucking not true. And you lose your daughter based on that. That's fucking sad, man. It's a hard pill for me to swallow, considering of what I've had to do to get where I am and do it legally, legitimately. Legally, boys. I'm the perfect example of what happens when the system spits you out. When it's chewed you up and spat you out. I'm the perfect example of that. My little Echo, she's 9 now. She's almost 10 in a couple of months. She's 9 now. I don't know what she looks like, man. I don't have any pictures. I don't have any pictures at all. How dare I ask for a picture, right? How dare I ask her mother to send me a picture of my daughter? Oh no, that's abuse. That's abuse right there, right? They kill your heart, man. They kill your heart, man. Full time, bro. Hang in there. My lawyer told me, you have to just wait for the child to get older. You have no choice, Mr. Barker. I'm sorry. I don't think you're going to have any contact at all with your child. If it's based on the report, they will want you with court orders. They'll want your channel taken down and they want you to not talk about this or whatever. I don't fucking know. They told them that I was involved with fathers' rights movements. I've got nothing to do with anything like that. I wouldn't even know where the fuck to look. I've got nothing to do with that. But God forbid, that you have anything to do with the fathers' rights movement. How dare you? How dare you? To them, that's offensive. How dare you be involved in a fathers' rights movement? I'm not even involved in one, but I'm just saying that's what I was accused of. It's quite sad we haven't seen her in all of this time. And she hasn't seen us. She hasn't seen me. No cuddle from her dad. I live in a pretty nice little place. It's a little 1-bedroom joint. My daughter would love it here. I live across the road from the beach. She would like this area. We could go to the beach and have a laugh, and she would like it here. I only live 15 minutes away. I live 15 minutes away, viewer, from my daughter. And I moved here specifically because I wanted to be close to her. So that, if I had a chance of seeing her, that it wouldn't be a problem. And, if maybe I might have to take her to school or something. I don't know. So I moved close. I moved this, I didn't want to live in Cranbourne. But, so I moved here. I feel pretty lucky, to be honest. But that's why I moved so close, is so that I could be close to Echo, close to the chance of actually seeing her and spending some time with her, so it's not a stress, getting her home on time and stuff like. It's never going to happen. The person had no intentions of you ever seeing your child, ever. None at all. None at all. And it's amazing that they stand there and they'll blame you. The woman will blame you, but she is the one that is not allowing her child to see the father, but it's the father's fault.
Like, I find that amazing. You've had nothing to do with the person for 6 or 7 years. Your child hasn't seen you in 4 years, but it's your fault that they don't want to see, that the child doesn't want to see you. And that to them is womanese logic. It's womanese logic, mate. How they can blame a man who has nothing to do with their life, no contact with the child at all, but it's still his fault. It's his fault, you know? How you doing, Mr. Dave? I hope you're well. I hope you're happy, I hope you got someone in your life that loves you, mate. I hope you're good. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal viewer. If you want to chuck the old man a couple of bucks, that'd be great. I could do with some help this week. I've sold no fucking masks at all. All I've done is outlay for fucking stuff. That's fine. That's life. I just didn't think I wouldn't sell any masks. Like, I've sold none. They're really lowballing me. I think people are just broke, mate. Just generally broke, okay? So, yeah, we've sold no masks at all. We've just been lowballed, like really low, 50 bucks, 80 bucks for a clown, $50 for Corey with the dreads. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, man. So I've had no luck with that, I'm afraid. But I did try. You can't tell me that I didn't try. Like, we thought of an avenue, we went for it, we've got stock on the counter, we sold a couple of masks, yeah, and we've been living on that money since then. So we did try. We do try, boys. We do try. You can't say we don't try. Yeah, 80 for a clown, yeah. That's what I got offered, mate. That's their highest thing so far for a WG clown. 80 bucks. You can't buy it anywhere for $80 anywhere. Like, that's fucking never gonna happen, mate. There's no American that's gonna sell it for $80 Australian, which is 60 something dollars American. Fucking, what the fuck you talking? Jesus Christ. That's for that one, mate. That's for that one. 80 bucks. That's what they offer. 80 bucks for my WGs. An absolute crime. An absolute crime, mate. An offence, really. Just taking the piss out of you, bro. That's all. Just taking the piss out of you. Yeah, and I was offered, I didn't even put the Corey up. But the band, $50, they offered 60 bucks for the bandage clown, $50 for the Corey with the dreads, 50 fucking dollars, mate. And the one with the curly hair on the floor over there, they offered fucking $80 for that too. So yeah, I've had no luck with the masks, mate. That's just the truth. No luck at all with the masks. No. And I don't last on TikTok, mate. I never get through on TikTok. I fucking get banned and muted so quick, it's a joke. They had me for 3 months, man. They got me banned for 3 fucking months. I've got an agency, and the agency helped me. But they had me banned for 3 months. Yeah. 3-month ban. For masks. For showing masks. Dangerous behaviour. They regard it as dangerous behaviour. Alright, so everybody's left my chat. You've all gone. This is the lowest that I've ever had in the chat. Well, okay. It's time for me to go then, eh? Thanks for your time. Thanks for keeping me company. I appreciate you. And thanks for fucking off on me. I really appreciate you too. LordDobbyKing@gmail.com is my PayPal. Thank you for your time. We'll see you another day.